Facebook goes live. Yep, you live on Facebook. Yep,
You, oh,
yep, we live.
you didn't do Instagram, did you?
Nah, it only lets me do three.
Oh,
So I gotta pick and choose one. So
that's
I
cool.
could
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
actually no. Actually, I need to change it. And again, everybody's watching this. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hand
yeah.
claps. Oh man, where my hand claps at? Let's try it again. What's going on? There they go. There they go. One more time for the head class, man. Yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. It's unscripted,
We gonna
unscripted
have to preload
RX.
some instrumentals next time.
I know, man, because Nard, yo,
I'm having
Spawn,
technical
what's his name again?
difficulties.
What's his name? Destination Nard.
Yeah,
Where are you
nah,
off to now?
Yeah,
nah.
Nard on a new
Where's
adventure every
Nard?
week. Yeah,
Destination
man.
Nard.
Yeah, man. We don't know where he at in America, man, or if he is in America right now. We don't know what's
Oh
going
no,
on.
I'm in America definitely.
He's in
I,
America.
I don't need that out there talking about my America. What?
So, welcome to the show, everybody.
Happy
Donna G,
420, everybody.
or pre 420, pre 420. Happy
Pre
420 though.
420.
There you
Yeah,
go. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah. You know, as
Damn,
y'all
that
can
happened
see,
fast.
mm,
Nah, I'm
that
just saying date.
what the date? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
uh,
damn, it was just the first.
no, it was, it
Yo.
was. Yeah, talk to my bill collectors. They right on point with this John. It's right on time.
Yeah, dog.
Half the month is over already.
Yeah. So shout out Gil. I went to his smoke fest yesterday. Uh, thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Shout out, shout out.
Pre
Shout
420.
out, button even.
Once
Yeah.
again, no invite. The fuck?
I didn't invite you. Oh man, that's my bad, man. And you know it's so crazy. I needed somebody to go with. I didn't have nobody go. Wow, that's not true. Shout out Reek Wallace. Reek wound up going with me, but I ain't had. But you know what it is? You're not a smoker, so it's like I didn't think of you. You're not a smoker. I
I'm not
I
a
told some.
smoker.
I well, do you smoke now?
No, I
Well,
just
then
stopped
you're
for a
not a
little
smoker.
while.
Then that means
Once
you
you're a
don't need to be
smoker,
there.
you're always a smoker. What are
I
you
don't know
talking about?
about that. I don't know about that. I
Yeah,
can't trust you. I can't trust you. Mm-mm.
You can't trust me.
First you on, first you on. I think you the police, to be honest with you.
Whatever.
She got to say that for the stream.
Yeah, that's all. She got to say that for the stream. She don't want
This
to
is the
blow her
iron
cover.
lung here.
Yeah, man. She don't want to blow her cover. That's what it is.
It's your fault anyway that I do what I do.
I don't. Don't blame me for your bad habits. I'm
Nah,
gonna tell you that right
you didn't
now.
give me the afro disclosure.
You know, you was getting high way before you had that. All right, that
No,
wasn't your
I
first time
wasn't.
in that car.
Actually, I was good. I stopped. I
See how?
stopped all that
No,
stuff.
no, you see how people is, man. See how people is, man. They always want to
Stop
blame me
doing
for
Was
what?
their
Nard
habits.
there that
Yeah,
day?
not yeah. No, I was
Nard,
there.
was you
I
there
was
that day?
What
there.
day?
Yeah, he
What?
he
The
was fine.
day
Like
Afro gave him some brownies and I took a piece and he didn't give me the disclosures.
Oh, you
So
didn't
yeah,
get the disclosure.
Oh,
yeah.
you
She
yeah,
had
definitely,
that edible for?
he
she
set me
definitely,
up.
she definitely didn't get the disclosure.
I had an edible before, yo. I woke up
Set
the next
me
day at
up.
like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yo,
So,
I was high for 12
Yeah.
hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
all
I
right.
seen
Now we
colors
want
and
to
everything.
do.
He tried to smoky me.
I didn't smoky you. You smoky yourself.
No,
First of all,
because
stop eating.
I
Hey,
was taking a
stop
piece
eating stuff that nobody that you don't know
and I
what it
said,
is.
"Well,
You
let me
just
break it in half." You said, "No. Just take the whole thing."
I take half and half.
well, it
That's
worked.
what I was going to do.
Yeah, it worked. That's all. All right. So anyway, everybody, a lot of topics to talk about. I'm trying to get us on IG. I think I gotta go. Spawn explained it to me one
You
time.
gotta go to Instagram.
Yep, I'm there. And it create. Yeah, I
The
go to create.
key.
Ah,
You gotta create the key.
there you go. There you go. And go to live video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Audience, public. Yeah, yeah. We see the
Meanwhile,
key, stream key, copy. Yeah. Bang, 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 bang. Meanwhile, again, different topics, man. A lot of stuff we wanted to get across today. Um, while I get us on live, I can have somebody
Next.
else maybe. What you want to talk about?
I don't know, man.
He said, I don't know, man.
Did we talk
Well,
So,
about Chris Brown and Usher? Or we
yo,
did.
so
I'm
we
gonna
need to
be
talk
there.
about talk about that because Donna, you know how Donna's about to be like, huh?
I'm
We
going to
we
be there.
touched on it. We touched on it. We touched
Yeah,
on
we
it.
did.
I saw the date. Although he
Shout out
said
everybody that's
they're
checking
not
us out
coming
on
to
Instagram.
Philly. I don't understand why they're not coming to Philly. Like I
Well,
feel some
all
Cause,
right.
kind
So
of
I think
way.
I think
cause
it's the
you chicks is
capacity.
too wild, man. You chicks is too wild. Y'all too extra. You know what I mean? That shit ain't
What were
cool,
you
man.
saying, Nard?
I think the other places got a larger capacity, if I'm not mistaken.
What other place?
The other places on the
They're doing arenas.
yeah, but I know I'm just thinking like capacity wise, like certain arenas can do more.
I mean, I'm sure they could do the
I don't know
link.
about that. I don't
Jay
know
Z
that
and
either.
Beyonce did the link,
Mm.
Well, I mean, at that
and
point, what we talking about? We talking about they can't fit in Xfinity.
Oh, not
That
that
was
they
called.
couldn't fit. I think they wanted
Yeah.
more. I think that was the. I think they was
well,
So
trying to go for.
so the average size.
they're
So,
doing the
yeah, yeah,
where the Giants play at
yeah.
up
At
there in the
Meadowlands, they do a
Meadowlands.
MetLife. They do a MetLife. Most
Yeah.
stadiums are roughly the same size, roughly, give or take. A couple of thousand seats. I was confused on why they weren't doing Philadelphia. Um, What's the closest area that they're doing?
New York. I mean
The
Jersey.
Meadowlands.
Oh, like MetLife.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw
maybe
something in
It's
Philadelphia.
like
Jersey though.
August
Yeah,
7th
that's
and
that
8th, I
MetLife is in
believe.
Jersey. Oh,
Yeah.
they do a
So
2 day. They do a 2 days
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Are they doing DC?
Uh, I don't know. I was just looking at
I
where I
no. I
wanted to
I think
go.
there was a DC. I think there was a DC.
I don't know, Baltimore maybe. I don't know.
I was trying to figure out why
Yeah.
Damn.
they didn't have Philly though.
Wait a minute. How Philly gets skipped over and they go straight to
Yo, and
Baltimore?
there's
That's a
been
little weird.
nothing but like a lot of people are mad about that. I seen it all over social media last week that they skipped Philly.
Ooh.
Mm, mm,
Uh-oh.
mm.
Uh-oh.
They gonna come. They
Yeah.
gonna go regardless. They gonna take
Man.
that trip.
Man, you chicks still gonna go up there, man. Y'all still gonna
Oh
go
yeah,
right
they're
up there and pay
going
them
up.
tickets.
I'm going to the
Look, Donna, where
Meadowlands.
you going? You going to the Meadowlands, ain't you?
But you know what? I go up there a lot of times anyway. Like I went to see
Stop
New
making
Edition.
excuses. Stop making
I went
excuses.
to
You
no,
good.
I went to go see New Edition up in Newark. I didn't
Yeah.
go to the Philly show. The
Right.
Philly show was like a month later. First of all, we went February 13th up there.
Okay.
It was a hot mess. The traffic was crazy
For
because
real?
they was trying to direct one way in,
Yeah.
one way out.
That's what's up. Anyway, again, yo, great time at Gil's Joylands today. Hand claps for that.
Shout out
See
to
see some people there. I see Meek. Shout out Meek.
shout out me.
Yeah. Talk to Meek. Talk to him. I seen the baby. Never met the baby before, but first time meeting him. Shout out to him.
Oh
Um,
yeah, he was in town
Shout
this
out.
weekend
yeah,
for
he
the
was there
You
show.
need,
yesterday.
you need to
Yeah.
figure out the shout out button, yo. You got a
I
pop.
know. I got well. We do have a shout out button, but the guy that runs the
Yeah.
shout out button, as you can
Shout out.
see, Destination
Which
Nard.
is Destination Nard.
Yeah, there you go.
Destination
So
Dart.
yeah, so
I'm
look,
gonna have to put a
if you check,
portable shout out button.
here's the crazy part. If you look at the background of Nard car, look, he probably like countryside. Look at him, man, just riding, man. You want to
Yeah.
know where the fuck he at, man? Like, yeah. So,
Come on,
yeah, I
Phil's
seen
giving $100 to find out if you can tell where Nard is.
buck
Yeah,
50.
right.
Let's go. Buck 50 right now. If y'all could tell us
Tap
where Nard is
in.
right now. Look through his glass right in the
put
back.
your cash apps in the
Yeah.
comments.
Put your cash app. Yeah, put your cash app in the counter. I will give you a buck 50
Yo,
if you can
you
tell
you
me
know
where
there's a
Nard is
dude
right
that
now.
gives out money online if you could
Oh
tell
yeah, I
where it's
watch them.
at.
Yeah.
I be
Yeah.
I be finding out later. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I
was
don't
just
see the
around there.
videos for like 12
You
hours,
got
and I'll
some-
be like, damn
I
it.
see.
You gonna find out somebody got a motherfucking air tag on your motherfucking joint. Shit, that's what
Right,
you find
right.
out. That's
Yo,
what
somebody showed us love. Look, somebody
Oh,
look. When you
thug
start mentioning
love.
money, listen. When you start mentioning
all
money,
you gotta
look.
do is mention money and give
Yeah.
away.
All of a sudden, people
And
start
that's
tuning
it.
in.
That's
Money,
it.
Everybody
money.
asking.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
UnScriptedRx.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doug is
Oh,
giving
listen.
out 150.
Y'all niggas
I
nothing.
got to. Yo, so here's something funny, right? So here's something funny. Yesterday, right? Apparently I got to meet. So at Gilly Smoke Fest, right? I got to meet the president's daughters.
The president? What president?
What president?
Former president.
Who
What
president?
Huh?
one of the Obamas?
You would think that, right? No. The Biden daughters.
Oh, hold on. I
Yeah.
can do it.
He has daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Does
I'm
he?
just saying.
I thought he
Yeah,
had
he does. He
sons.
does.
She was at Gilly Smoke Fest?
Both of them at Gilly
Wow.
Smoke Fest.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Hey man, white people smoke weed too. What are you talking about? They starting that way.
so no, I tell you, right? So
You just
it
blew
was
their whole
funny.
spot up.
They said it. They said it. They took pictures.
They wasn't low. They was
No,
right
they
in the
took
mix.
pictures. Yeah, they took pictures and everything. So it was funny, right? So Gil calls me, right? And so we're talking and everything. And Gil says, yo, man, he says, nigga, got the president's daughters coming. So of course, right? Say how y'all said, oh, Obama's daughters? That's exactly what I said. Yeah, Obama's daughters. He said, no, Biden's daughters. I said, Biden? Talking about Joe? He's talking about, yeah, Joe. Fuck me up. But apparently they're Eagle fans. Yeah, well, of course, Joe's from the area, of course.
Right.
So yeah, so he's from Delaware, of course. They are Eagle fans, and of course, they're a fan of Gil because his association with all that. So that was the correlation. But it was funny. It was different people there. So
Probably good.
yeah, right. So
Shout out to Gil Smoke Fest that I wasn't
Right.
invited to.
Yeah.
well, so well.
Also, he's very much scared of me to play basketball. Play
Oh, ooh,
Very much.
ooh,
Very
ooh.
much.
I'm gonna tell you
That's
that.
it
I'm
out
gonna tell you.
loud.
I
I
actually,
love it. That's my brother. I mean,
I did tell him. So I did tell him that.
I know you told him.
Yeah, and I gave you the response of what he
Gave you
said.
the response. This shit. That's what's up.
But that's how he felt about that. So
That's look. Regardless of how he feels and shit, you know what I'm saying. Like that's it. Gil is known for his witty banter, for lack of a better way to put it. You know what I'm saying?
I love Gil, man. He's hilarious.
I love him.
Man.
I love him for it. But
So,
he ultimately knows what all comes out of the wash and you shake it out and shit. He knows what it is.
what
what my response is. You know what I'm saying? You know what, Gil? I wouldn't light a match and smoke a cigarette at a gas station either.
that would over die the head. That would over die the head.
I wouldn't do that either. So I get it, Gil.
I get that point. So
that's some strong.
I'm just trying to have
a
some
strong
fun.
one.
I'm just trying to have some fun, man. I'm just
But again, man, shout out to Gil, man. It was I can't even I gotta say this. Shout out Vernon Maxwell. Yo. Listen,
man,
shout out. That's why
he was there.
It's like this.
I got a chance to meet Mad Max, right?
Yo, he's hilarious.
Yo, he's fucking hilarious, right?
Oh,
I because I met a lot of people. I never got a chance to, the first time I meet them, right? So I told him, and me, Dada, I don't give flowers like that because niggas don't respect it. But I told him, I said, dog, I'm a fan. And the nigga hit me he's like, yeah. I said, yo, man, Vernon. And I'm not a fan of Vernon Maxwell. I'm a fan of Mad Max. The nigga started laughing, man. I said, yo, man, I fucks with you, man. I also gave him props because shout out to Up in Smoke, man. They love
Yeah,
their
shout
podcast,
out,
love their
shout out,
platform.
shout out, shout out.
Um,
Absolutely.
but I told him, I said, yo, you're funny on there too, because your stories are hilarious.
Oh
And your
man.
and your
Hilarious.
view and your view on things. I told him, I said, dog, you don't need my you don't need my advice, but as a fan, don't change what you're doing. Keep it the same
Right.
way, dog. Keep it the same way. Don't polish it up for these motherfucking people out here, man. At all. Keep it the same fucking way. So
Right.
yeah, man. Yeah, so shout out to Vernon Maxwell, man. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, but
Who else did I see out
you know,
there,
you
man?
know, he spent time here in Philly. Got you know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. Yo. He said he loved
Yeah,
Philly.
it's here with like AI and
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
Yeah,
that until I
yeah.
seen him talk about it on their podcast.
absolutely, 1000%,
So
I
1000.
must
so
have
it's
been checked out at that time.
He
I
was,
don't
he was.
know.
I mean, at that time, he was like, you know, he was a vet and shit. Like he's a real
yeah.
vet and shit. Like,
No, no, no.
I
He was
have a
here. He
love
played in
hate
Philly.
relationship with
yeah,
the Sixers.
absolutely.
Yeah. No, he played for the Sixers for a little while. Like he
Yeah,
but like Spawn said, he was a vet by then. He was like,
Right.
like
yeah.
he was the guy like, yo, in another year or two, couple of years, if I'm not mistaken, he was on his way out. So,
Yeah.
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 but yeah, shout out to him, man. Speaking of which, man, what's so funny, man? And we didn't go over this topic in our pre-production. But I
See,
wanted to
that's the cloth I'm from. I'm from that cloth right there.
what that we didn't go over this topic in pre-production.
No, I'm sorry. That was delayed. That was the delayed Mad Max response.
Okay, all right, there you go. All right, you know what? There you go. So, on Netflix, got a chance to watch Jailblazers. Yo,
Oh
very
man, I've been
interesting.
trying. Oh
You didn't
man,
get a chance to watch that?
I ain't get a
It's
chance. I've
called
been
Jailblazers.
Called
yeah,
Jailblazers. Yep,
Trailblazers and shit.
yep.
Yeah,
Um,
That's
Portland,
Rashid, right?
yeah, Portland
it's what
Trailblazers.
it's mainly about the Portland Trailblazers,
Right.
uh, 1999 to 2000, if I'm not mistaken, 2001 season. So, and it was focused around that team, but mainly Bonzi Wells, Sheed, and
David Stoudemire.
David Stoudemire. And the funny part about it was right. So I felt like it was a good show. I think and speaking to people behind the scenes, uh the picture that they painted, uh I like number one, I say this right. Number one, they painted these people, they named it Jailblazers, right? But the thing of it is none of those guys went to jail.
Right. That was just the
Yeah,
nickname that the
that
paper
was just a
gave.
nickname that they gave them,
The
and it
Oh,
was
media
because
like,
they
gave.
was bad boys.
Yeah, the
well,
media
not
gave them the name.
they labeled them as bad boys, and if you look at the things that they were getting in trouble for, it it
Mm-hmm.
it was minor. There were minor offenses, but the media had blew it up so far out of proportion that
Mm-hmm.
it became big. Like if you watch the episode, if you watch it right, I'm not telling y'all nothing. You can all go on Netflix to watch this. Um, if you see one where they're talking to Rasheed Wallace, and she is saying, "Well, remember the night that they got caught smoking weed
In the car, they got caught.
in the car? They was in a Hummer, right? They
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
Hummer, and so he's telling the story like, basically, i- as a whole for them, it was their fault, right? But
Mm-hmm.
he said that, of course, he wasn't driving. Uh, David Stoudemire was in the car. I forget the other player, and it was somebody that was it was a man that was driving. I forget the man name. I know him, but it's just not coming to my head right now. So anyway, they're driving, and they said they're in Portland. Now, mind you, this is Portland, what, 99? So
Yeah.
Yeah,
shit
it's
is
still
different.
a little light. You
I
know?
mean,
Yeah, and in the area that
Portland's still a weak cat, like a weak cat.
no. That's what I wanted to get to. But it's like, so weed is weed is cool out there. Well, not cool. It's not legal yet, but
Yeah,
you know, it's like, all right, you know, they got it out there, right? So
yeah. I was going. I
for
was
for
going to Portland in like the late '90s and shit like that.
yeah, so it's like, in other words, if you weren't us, then you smoking weed was not a problem. It was like kind of like, all right, you know, it's not legal, but it's up here, right? So
Right, got you.
they're smoking, right? They're smoking from the airport, right?
Hmm.
They're riding in the car, they're smoking. They
I'm,
tell
ro-
their man,
I'm rolling. I'm rolling.
yeah, they're like right now how Nard's driving. Well, Nard not driving, he's just sitting there, right? But like let's say we're in the car, right?
Right.
Sport Sport is rolling, right?
Let me in the car.
Right? We're in the car, right? You know, and we tell and Spawn says, "Yo, Nard, might want to slow down through here, man." You know, you know, they'll we're in a bright yellow Hummer.
Mm.
There's four niggas
Poor
in
black
here.
guy.
There's four niggas in here. You might
In
want to
Portland,
slow down.
Oregon.
In Portland, Oregon, right? And then the part of Oregon that they're in, it was a white, it was like a one of them. It's like, how can I compare it? It's like
Cherry
Cherry
Hill.
Hill, just like Cherry Hill. In
Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill, and on the rich side of Cherry Hill, not the poor
Okay,
side of Cherry Hill,
gotcha.
but the rich side of Cherry Hill.
Coming down
So
Crescent
Right.
Avenue, or whatever.
exactly right. So now
Mhm.
you're saying, "Yo, Nard, slow down," right? Not Nard. I got this. And they said as soon as they passed the cop, it's all in Netflix. It's not something that I'm making up. It's on Netflix. They passed the cop. The cop, they hit the lights, right? They said, now mind you, they didn't even have a lot of weed on them, if I'm not mistaken. They'll tell you in the it wasn't enough for it to blow up like that. But he said, they said, yo, you think they go the team going no? And he said, as they're sitting on the side of the road, because of course the cops made them all get out, everything. They said the team bus drove past them.
No shit.
Yeah, the team bus with everybody on it. Because instead of going back on the team bus, they got in the car, drove down. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
So they can smoke full
yeah,
games and shit.
yep. So between that and then as the documentary goes on, you know, they talk about David Stoudemire, which is to me now this is the part that's fucked up. Like these people started fucking with him, and I do believe it. He said he started coming home, and you know things would be moved around in his house, right? Like just moved around in his house. So he said he thought somebody broke in, right? So all of a sudden the cops show up, right? I don't even know if he called him or not. He just said, like, he's like, yo, just something ain't right, man. Just like stuff moving around in my house. And then next thing you know, the cops come in, right? And they said, well, yo, we heard the alarm. We heard the alarm go off in your house. So we went and checked the house. And lo and behold, it just so happened as they was checking for to see any intruders, they just so happened to stumble past
A pound
his
of weed.
weed, a pound of weed that he had hidden.
They
So
just stumbled
they
upon something I
as they're
hid.
no, listen.
Right.
Because no, think about it, right? They came in only to see if somebody broke. They basically said, "All right, the alarm went off, whatever it
He looking
is."
for
Right?
people and shit.
Yeah, you're supposed to be looking for people. So as they're looking for people, right?
They
They
look
basically
inside a closet, inside a small little nook.
look in a closet where you might have to pull the rug back in this little compartment to find this weed.
To see if
To
these thieves
see
are
this
in
weed
this little
in,
spot.
in this little 4x8 space, like this little small space that no human can fit in. They just wanted to make sure that nobody can fit in there, right? Now I'm making it up to where the weed was, but wherever it wasn't sitting like
It
on
wasn't
right.
out.
It wasn't. Let's put it this way.
It wasn't on the kitchen table.
It wasn't on the kitchen table, bust wide open, right, where motherfuckers was just digging in and out of it. It wasn't. So then, if you remember, if y'all filed the case or y'all filed basketball back then, you know, David Staub, I had to go to court, all that stuff, and then it wound up getting thrown out.
Which you
But
should have.
but you gotta look at it. The stigma's already there.
Right.
You
Hmm.
know what happened? Yeah, yeah. And that's so funny, right? Because Stephanie just brought this up. out of all of them, I didn't know this either. He's from Portland.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And then
Nah,
he
I
said,
didn't.
he said, that's what really fucked him up. It's like, I'm from here. And he said, he said, it's not like I could play the race card because it's like think about it. You from there, and most likely his friends, he had mixed friends. So
Uh-huh.
he can't necessarily say, oh man, these crackers, man, they order. It's like, oh, they all ain't bad because I got some friends like that. I
Right.
got mixed friends. So
Right.
he just said it was like super, super confusing, man. Like it was like super confusing for him. So, but it's a good watch. It's a good watch. Like,
Yeah, I wanted to watch it, but I got caught up on some other
for real.
Netflix. Yeah, I've been a
Man,
little.
you back in your Tyler Perry bag? Is that what you gonna tell
Nah,
us?
nah. I finished that. I finished that out.
That's a series, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that was a
finished that
series.
shit. I knocked that one out. Shit, I watched this
Yes.
other shit called His and Her, His and Hers.
Wait a minute, I think I seen that. I think I seen that. It's like it's a mystery. I think it's
Murder mystery.
yeah. I'm
Murder
gonna tell you another watch. Go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm saying, yeah, I mean, it's just a murder mystery about a woman who's a reporter who goes back to her hometown to
Mhm.
investigate a murder, and the lead is her ex-husband or something like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's what it was. That's what I got to like 2 episodes of that, and then I stopped watching it. It was that was my that was my plane ride movies. When I get on the plane, I'll be like, all right, I catch up
Yeah,
on it. But
right,
I never caught up. Like when I get on the plane, I fuck around, go to sleep,
right.
or watch
Mm.
Avengers. I
How
watch a
can
good
you go to
Avengers movie.
sleep?
What? On a
I
plane?
cannot sleep on a plane.
Oh, I could tell you
Absolutely,
right now. Oh, I
1,000%
could tell you right now. Let's
professional.
say it. Yeah, I'm a professional sleeper on the plane. In fact, I make
I
sure
have
I
to
get
be
the.
vigilant. I have to see what's going on.
No, I don't need to see nothing because there's nothing I can do. If something go wrong, there's nothing I can do. It's
I'm
nothing.
out.
It's just
I'm knocked out.
yeah.
Sleep.
No, listen. I can tell you right now, right? I'll get on the plane and I already know because I buy my seat. Every once in a while, I go gamble. I go gamble mode, But for the most part, I'm buying my seat. Don't let me get like a flight that's. I sleep on any flight. It could be 30 minutes.
Any
Oh, I'm
flight,
going.
any flight,
Yeah, any flight,
100%,
any
any
flight,
flight. Don't matter.
any flight.
Can't
I'm
do
going to
it.
sleep.
From the time I sit
Yep,
down on my seat,
yep,
like, it
yep.
depends, right? All right, so here you go. If it's an
Most
exit
likely, I'm
row,
fried. Most likely, I start off because I'm fried, and before that, I didn't get no sleep prior to me getting to the
Oh
airport.
yeah,
So,
everywhere I
so
go,
let's
I
start
don't
there.
sleep like the whole day.
yeah.
So now,
I've
before
been
I get
up.
on the plane, and I'm pretty sure Spawn is like this too. You go and smoke, you fried, and then you get that. So then I'm fried all the way till I get to the airport. So now I'm in there, and don't let it be where I got like 45 minutes to an hour, but because I'm not a drinker, but my wife is, or was. She now I
Correct
got to
that
drink with her.
quick.
But she now, quote unquote, she stopped drinking. Right, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. See, the summertime ain't hit yet. She ain't she but most likely don't let me sit in one of them bars and next thing you know, so now I got a drink. Oh, I can tell you now, I'm setting my movies up because I'm about to put these headphones on and I'm about to be asleep. The
Oh,
next time I wake up, the runway is
yep,
I don't
yep.
need no snacks. Don't wake me up for soda,
Shout out,
chips,
shout out to Apple
peanuts.
AirPod Maxes.
Yeah. Why?
Shout out, shout out.
I
Best
pay
sound,
good money.
best,
I pay
best
good money
noise
for
canceling
headsets.
headphones
Yeah.
available.
Noise can
Noise
Steph
cancellation.
now here's
Man,
the crazy part, right? Now Stephanie, right? I don't know how she do it. She'll do it on a 4.5 hour flight to LA. Like no AirPods, just bare
raw
earring.
dog to play.
Oh,
Raw dog to
raw dog the whole flight, man, with her ears, man.
You
play.
have to use that term.
Yo,
Jeez.
yo.
Crazy. That's out of
Yo,
pocket.
listen. I be like, she be like, yeah. So I fuck around, right? And we'll be sitting there on the runway. And soon as they, they go, I don't even wait for them to be telling me to buckle up. I don't give a fuck about all that. cool. Once I put these headphones on, man, yo, I fuck around and be sleep before we even take off.
Oh, that's me every time.
Yeah, before
Huh.
we take off.
Can't do it.
90% of the flights I take, I'm sleep before it takes off and shit.
Yeah.
Like depending on how I gotta wait, because if you gotta have the they give you the speech if you sit in the exit row, and then
Yeah, you gotta stay up for that. You gotta stay up for
or
that.
I gotta
Man.
stay up if I'm sitting on the aisle, because you know what I'm saying, I gotta wait for everybody to get in the row. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time before the plane takes off, I'm asleep. And then by the time next thing I remember is what up, I'm coming up. And no matter what flight it is at this point.
I don't care what it is.
Can't do it. I
mean,
can't do it.
90% of the flight I just took, it's funny, I actually stayed up most of the flight flying back.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the
time. My LA flights, yeah, I'm not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't fuck about that. Why am I gonna sit up for 4.5 hours and for what? For what? Look at some clouds? I'm good. I'm good.
It's funny. I've actually seen this thing that Kenny Smith was talking about, where you sit next to a psychologist who said that you should actually write and do like creative tasks while you're in airplanes.
They say why?
Right now I can't totally recall why, but
probably it's idle time. I mean, you gotta look at it like
it was more than idle time. It had something to do with altitude and thinking or something like that.
You could make your brain more
optimized. Because a lot of people do sleep. I'm just not one of those people. I can't.
Yeah,
like I can't drive somewhere. If somebody's driving in a car long term, I can't go to sleep. I gotta watch everything.
That's how he said.
Travel with me. I'm gone. Unless you can't drive. That's the only way.
Well, that's the thing. I don't trust everybody to drive like that, and me will go to sleep. I gotta watch what's going on.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I sleep when I want to.
These games is blowouts, man. Damn.
Kind of comfortable, whatever and shit. Yeah, mine's on. I can't even have a little back.
Okay. OKC 51, Phoenix 28. Yeah.
Damn.
BTA.
You're watching that Prime?
No, this is on ESPN.
Oh,
it's on ESPN.
I thought a lot of that was on Prime. That's why
yesterday games was on Prime.
All the games
yesterday games was on Prime.
It's kind of weird, man. It's like, I don't know.
Well,
I'm gonna go watch it, but for some reason that seems a little weird for the NBA.
I think it was weird because I feel like you're isolating some people that don't have Prime.
Have Prime, yeah.
Because you're assuming that. But I also look at it like this, right? And this is not just for basketball. I think it's for all sports. If you look at it, right, football, they're starting to play them on NFL Prime, like your Thursday night games.
Yeah,
you're only going to watch it on Amazon Prime.
Right.
The NBA has already tested it out during the year because I watched a lot of my Knicks games on Amazon Prime and Paramount, like and then ESPN got of course they had the Kenny and them, but I think that was on Wednesdays. They were on Wednesday night. Some shit like that.
But you're limiting your viewership.
Well, no, I think what they're doing.
Numbers.
I think what they're doing is saying basically, it's just like I feel like with technology, right? Technology at some point is going to force you to change what you have and what you're using from tape. Yeah, from tape. Yeah, like at this point, I feel like at like very soon, paper money will be done away with.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Remember how they like no, we don't have no change, we ain't got no coins.
Like you could just look at it just going through the toll booth, right? Like you got all these, you got easy pass, you got 9 easy passes and 2 cash lanes, right? Now they can open up more lanes, but if you want the convenience is just zipping through, right? Go pay for the easy pass. It's the same thing.
No, in New York, if you don't have Easy Pass, you just go through and they'll send you a.
I think that's also too that came into play when COVID hit. You know, at some
Yeah, because there was
point,
nobody taking tolls
like
up
it was
there.
nobody's taking tolls. So at this point, you know, some places is like it's not even about an easy pass. We're just gonna bill you.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, it's just easier than doing that. Like now, with that being said, I don't know how you collect on it as much because I'm assuming there's some people that says, "Fuck it, I'm just not gonna pay you," you
Yeah.
know, and this ain't my car, or you know, tags is bum, like
Well,
whatever it might
well,
be.
Jersey,
Yeah,
Jersey could suspend your registration.
yeah. See, I didn't know that. See,
Yeah, it happened to me.
okay. He
Oh damn!
said-
Look, I ain't even
Wait a
know.
minute,
Like,
you in PA? Wait, but
Hold on, you got a story to tell. Hold up.
how they suspend your joint UNPA?
they have a partnership or some kind of agreement,
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
and
okay,
it was as of like last year. I'm just
okay.
chilling, doing what I'm doing, and
No.
I'm going through, and I ain't really care, right? So I
Uh,
come home, open up my mail. It's a big folder, right? And it
yeah,
was like, please put your license plate tag in there and send it back to Harrisburg. I said, what the? Like, I'm like, whoa, what's this? I
uh,
call up the Easy Pass people. They say, hey, you have a balance of this, that, and the other. And because you're in Pennsylvania, we've already suspended your
your
registration.
registration.
Oh
So
wow.
I was like, oh wait, what I gotta do? They was like, oh, you gotta just pay it. So they was like, do you have an Easy Pass? I'm like, yeah. So they was like, oh, they adjusted it for the Easy
Okay,
Pass
From your
cost.
bill, yeah.
okay.
Right, I paid
Which they
it,
should have did
and then they
anyway.
Yeah,
reinstated my thing.
your
But for
your
some
your
reason,
registration.
my license, I mean, it wasn't paired with the Easy Pass or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like when they scan it, it's no association. Um, so yeah, so they ain't playing.
Okay.
No,
So it's
and
like,
you should know Jersey don't play like that
yeah,
Nah, Jersey
anyway.
don't
Like
play.
no,
Jersey don't
if you
play.
don't pay your child support, guess what's getting
Yeah.
suspended?
Like
Mm.
Your
everything.
no,
life.
see, yeah,
Yeah. You
yeah,
know what's so crazy?
I
I
got
didn't
a
know that.
personal experience of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know
I'm
that.
like,
I
oh,
didn't know that.
I gotta make sure I check I ain't got nothing out there now, just so I
Yeah.
know, But
Right.
that sucked.
But yeah, no. So getting back to earlier what we were talking about. No, I just think that technology is going to phase it out. Like
Well,
like
I saw an article yesterday that was talking about by like 2034
yeah,
or 2035 the job the 95 9 to 5 job is not going to be a normal thing anymore.
I do agree
Mm.
because I think number one, um, what I think about the job situation right now is that jobs right now, the conventional job that me, you, our parents grew up on are
Hmm.
being phased out.
Yeah.
Technology, automation are
Hmm.
being phased out. There are more at home jobs, online jobs now than it was in the past. In the beginning, it was like think about it, when you used to be at your job. For people out there that have jobs and the people that had the luxury of working from home, you used to think that oh man, that was just a luxury and this they don't have to come in. Now companies are finding it cheaper. It's like yo, all I got to do is buy this person equipment and
Yeah, no,
uh
they'll work.
Well,
yep,
not
yep,
even
all the way
that.
there.
It's just like you have so much automation now. Like where I work, there's bots that do the job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now the job gets messed up when the bots don't work right, but there's bots that do the job of the workers, so they don't have to pay
well, you
another
gotta look
a
at it like
body.
even all the way down to Amazon. If you think about it, at some point, Jeff Bezos made it clear, yo, I'm gonna automate my warehouse.
Right.
like I'm not gonna what people are not gonna be in here. So
Right.
if you
Oh,
think about it,
they already got the robots in there.
yeah, it's just a matter of him putting them all in and not getting any flack for it. That's really
No,
what it is.
majority of them
Yeah.
are robotic floors. Like
Yeah.
they got it, and the robots just go in sections.
So at
It's
this
But
point,
just
we
there's
just
design.
like
nothing.
they have the outsourcing, I forget. I think Clinton passed it or Bush. It was
Mhm.
with the outsourcing. Why pay somebody? Let's just say this is take this back like $40,000 a year when you could pay somebody in another country that's $500 a month
Well, again,
to do the
I
same
do get
job.
I do get that, and uh, here's what I think about that, right? Because back in the day, they used to tell people, oh, that's like slave labor. These
It
Jordans
is.
are getting made in. But whose fault is it that I didn't set the mark of the economy over there? Like
No,
you
you
feel what I'm
didn't.
saying?
But
Like I didn't set the mark for it. So if I'm a businessman, right? And I get it, I do, I understand. But if I'm a businessman and I'm trying to run my business as efficient as possible, right? And I'm trying to cut my overhead down as much as possible so I can make as much profit. It doesn't make sense for me to ship this over there to Nard's country over there, the country of Nard. But over in Nard's country, right? I can get this lighter made for only 3 cents because that's what Nard country charges.
right.
It's not my fault that that's what his country charges.
No, it's not. But you also get what you pay for.
That's
What
not
I get?
true.
Yeah, you
Nah.
do because
No,
you're not seeing the back end of it.
no,
What,
no,
A lot
no.
of
That's
the
not that's not true. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's like you get what you pay for. I mean, in terms of quality of good, you mean?
yeah.
No, it's not true. It's
No,
all made in the
well,
same place.
here's the
If
thing.
that's
When you call your credit card company and you're trying to dispute something and you get the
yeah.
runaround because you have a bunch of foreign people handling the situation and you never get it resolved sometimes, or it might take months for you to get it resolved, and what you get
But
aggravated.
I
I
don't
mean,
think it's the
well,
outsourcing
I
part.
mean,
I don't think that's
I'm
the
not even talking
outsourcing
about that.
part.
I'm just talking
I
about the
think that's the
fact that your
policy. I
your
think that's
little your,
policy
your Louis
part.
Vuitton bag, your
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton bag was made in Guangzhou, China, and shit, and it was shipped over to fucking Italy, and they put a motherfucking tag in it that says fucking it
No,
was made.
they put a zip
Or if
on
So
it,
you
like
get
depending
a
on.
box of, say you get a box of lighters and people go to use them and they're all blowing up.
I mean, that's just the
I'm
quality of
just
life.
I'm
No,
just
No,
no,
but
I'm
that's
no,
just
no, no,
saying.
no, 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 no. What I'm trying to tell you is the real scam is the fact that all this. Here you go. Let's take it.
Uh
Let's make
The
it
oh.
simple.
repackaging and
No.
the
No, it's not even.
rebranding.
Let's go. It's not. I'll make
yeah.
it simple. Let's make it really simple and shit. You go into a store right now, right? You go into CVS, right? You can go to
Mhm.
your shelf. You can go to your shelf and buy some Tylenol, right?
Mhm.
Two slots over, you go see CVS brand ibuprofen, right?
Mhm.
Which is
Same thing.
Tylenol, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
You know they both came from the same place, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Was a
saying?
generic was quote unquote
One
a
is
generic brand and
quote
what
generic, the
No,
other
I
and
one
know.
was the
is
name
brand
brand.
name and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I know.
They both came from the same place. There's no quality difference in the two necessarily. And shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's just made from the same place. Most shit is like that. Most shit that you buy in fucking in anything, stereos, fucking your televisions. All
Truth be
televisions have the
told,
same.
I,
Our screens are bought from specific companies. Then they may be out, kind of like the outer trims or certain functions of the TV may be part of like from like installed by the company itself and shit. But
Mhm.
that still that screen itself was made by one specific company and shit.
Right, but
yeah.
that's
So,
goods. What about services?
so
Customer services,
But no, I feel like this
banking
would come. No,
services,
I feel like this
credit
with
card
customer service.
services,
No. Listen,
mortgage
I,
I
services.
no,
mean, well, I
this is
think
what
the funny thing is
this is
one
what I
part
feel
I'm
about
not
that.
arguing for it, but one part of
Right.
it is it's like one thing, what are you willing to pay for it, number one, and shit. And then are the people willing to take that job? You know what I'm saying? It's like certain people who feel like depending on the price point that it's like, yo, this job is not worth me doing. So how
Or or
so how
this
much
is
should I be paying for the service?
well, this is how I feel about that. Like, let's say customer service, right? We'll go with customer service. What Dot is talking about, right?
I'm hearing a little bit.
Can you hear
Huh?
me?
Yeah, the same thing is
Oh,
happening again. So sorry.
I'm getting an issue too, but it might be just how the internet is. But
Oh,
back to
boy.
customer service. What I feel
Mm.
like when they outsource stuff like that, it isn't the person over there with the accent giving you the runaround. It's the policy that they put in to give you the runaround. So in other words, that person with an accent, because the same person that you say, oh man, they pushed me to one person, they pushed me to another person. That job was still done by English people speaking English people. It was just now they just outsourced it to somebody else and paying them cheaper. It's still the same thing. Like in other words, right? Like in other words,
Yeah and no. I
like
get where
like for
you're coming
example,
from.
like hear me out, right? So let's say like you call T-Mobile, right? And you want to discuss your bill, right? Oh, we lost Donna. So hold up, she went back in here. Let me see. We'll push her back in. We got you
Yeah,
back.
this,
So
I'm having the
so
same issue.
so it's like again, like T-Mobile, right? And you say, "Oh man," they say, "Oh well, we're gonna talk about your bill," and I say, "All right, I would like to make a payment arrangement or whatever you decide you want to do. I gotta get my phone fixed, and this is, but whatever it is," and they say they gotta switch you from one department to another. Prior to them outsourcing it out to somewhere out in another country, in the United States, they were still giving you that same runaround. You're not calling nobody. You're not
No,
calling
I like I
nobody
said,
here
I get what
in
you're
PA.
saying.
Like
I
there's no local person that you're talking to. You're talking to somebody that's out in Idaho that don't know shit about you either. And they'll say, "Oh,
I
hold on for
get
a
what you're
second." And
saying.
yeah,
I get what you're saying, but here's the thing, because I've
yeah,
been in the workforce for a long time,
way
and
longer than me.
I've trained outsourced people, and
Yeah.
I've seen the back end that you don't see,
Okay.
where they
Okay.
fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Like seriously, and you
Yeah.
don't know that they're fucking
Uh-huh.
shit up because there's people.
Oh, we lost her
Fucking shit
again.
up.
Look.
They
Donna, you
controlling
getting
the
too
network
real.
right now. They
They
controlling her
control the
network.
Huh?
network. They trying to
Hey,
control what
Donna,
you
hey,
say,
Donna,
Donna.
hey,
They
Donna,
Right,
trying
they
to
talking
control what
shit
you
about
say.
us.
They don't want.
watch
As
it.
soon
Nah,
as you
but
say it,
there's
you see
people
the
Watch
like
back
it.
part.
me that work that come to fix up and clean up their shit. So that's where I have an issue with, where I say you get what you pay for, because there's a different train of thought. There's a different thought process that they have that we have in this country because we're brought up here. They don't
Hmm.
think like we think.
Hmm.
Everything is like blinders, like everything's like they're little people computers or people robots, and they only have a one way of thinking. They don't think in a gray space. They think everything is black and white, and that's why a lot of shit gets fucked up.
Yeah.
um and that's what I'm talking about, not necessarily like items, electronics, stuff like that.
Well, no,
No,
I
Hmm.
mean, I
it's they.
want no the point that well, I mean, I get to the point where people are saying, but even in that back end, don't you think that's intentional? Then don't you
Yeah.
think that's an intention? They don't want somebody to think in the gray. They want motherfuckers to think buy this book and it go. I get it. Fucking hey, if this person says this, then your response is this or this. If their response says this, then you respond this. If this
Yeah.
response is this, and they have to follow this chart of responses to go back and
Right.
forth to and shit in order. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of getting
And
to,
it loops back
get to,
around at certain points and shit.
could that person
But then you're
that first
messing up
person
you're
fix it?
messing up the
but
quality of service that the customer has. For
I,
like, for
but
example,
I
my
think
my
I
mom.
think what P Funk is saying is that that same loop is happening over here.
Yeah.
The same loop that they want to happen here, that they would give you here in the same thing because they want you to
Yeah.
loop. They want
Yeah.
the customer service to be whatever and shit. They just send it over there, and then
And
now
make
you'll blame the
it,
same circle on the fact that there's a language barrier.
that's what
Mhm.
I'm saying.
Now there's a
Like
language barrier, but you
it's still the
already
runaround.
it's still
You still
automated and shit.
yeah, it's
I
still
still have to
automated.
go here, here, here,
Yep.
here, here. Like the same training. It's the same training and shit.
Like
It's
in
now
other words, go ahead, Squall. Go
no,
ahead.
it's
My bad.
now I can blame it on the language barrier and say, well, this motherfucker
Mm.
don't understand what I'm talking about. No, we follow the same protocol that this motherfucker over here, as long as he's in Idaho, he was in Idaho,
Yeah.
he have to follow the same protocol and shit, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm spending the money.
Yeah.
Instead of paying $20 an hour at fucking some communication service, I'm spending $2 an hour. I don't know what the rate is.
Whatever the rate
Well,
is, it's
because
much
my thing,
cheaper.
like,
Go ahead.
I've changed
Mm.
services for, like, say, TV, phone, internet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Been having the same fucking problem since September. Now, if they were my services, I would have cut them bitches off by now and went with another company altogether. But it's not mine. I don't have that decision to make.
Yeah.
Mm.
But like, and I
But
asked to
again,
speak to
good. Mhm.
somebody that will understand and clarify this, rectify the issues, and they can't get me to nobody.
But what I'm saying to you is right is that the problem instead of blaming it, and I'm not saying you, excuse me, I'm not saying you. Instead of people blaming the actual person with the speak that with the
Oh, I
accent,
blame the
right?
company.
Yeah,
Trust
that
me.
you have to blame the company, but again, this
It's
is
not even
what the
it's the system.
but
It's, I
the
think it's
it-
it's the structure of it.
it's what yeah, it's the structure of it because it's what the playbook is. So it could be a person again. We'll go back to
The
the person.
system is doing exactly what it's
Yeah,
supposed to do.
the person in Idaho is now instead of having a foreign accent, they just got a southern accent. They got a western accent and say, "How you doing?" and blah blah blah. And you
My
telling me a
name is
problem,
Joe.
right? Yep, my name is Joe.
But the funny thing is, when I speak to
And Joe,
somebody in this country, shit gets fixed.
that's what that I feel like. I feel like
I think you're
again.
being racist, Donna. That's what I think you're doing.
No, I'm not.
Donna,
I,
you're
She
I
being
she
try. I've
she
racist.
No,
been
she has
trying.
a very
That's
No,
valid point though.
I've been trying
these,
since
these
September
farmers
now,
to get
never
this
get it
shit
right.
yeah,
fixed.
no,
I've
She has a
spent
point.
hours on the fucking phone trying to get this shit fixed.
All
Here we
power
are
support
See,
is
in
no, see,
different.
you know what?
You
April,
gotta
yeah,
call
You know,
and it's
between nine
still
and
not
five.
fixed.
so
yeah,
you know what it is, Donna. I'll say this, Donna. You like being a studio engineer. Like when you work with studio gear and shit like that, all this shit is made in someplace else.
yeah,
All
Right.
this shit is some
Oh
foreign
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know what I mean?
So you're gonna
So,
talk to somebody different.
so,
You
so
going yeah,
literally, no matter what, any customer service I call and shit, there's always going to be an issue. Always going to be an issue. And it may be cultural and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I've called enough foreign customer service trying to call a Neve or a goddamn, I don't know, a studio, any one of them and shit, to fucking know that when I call overseas, I'm going to get this wrong runaround or I'm going to get this misunderstanding and shit. You know what I'm saying?
but
It's going to
When
fuck
I
but
called and got somebody in this country, they stayed with me all fucking day until that shit got fixed.
now I
yeah, I
get
mean,
now,
see, that's
but
racist.
again, look now, but here's the
I'm just
crazy
speaking
part,
the
right?
truth though.
Now
I'm not
now
being
now
racist. That's what happened.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that because I've gotten a runaround on people like
Yeah.
that I've sat in here and on stuff I'd be like Amazon, right? I catch a person. I had to get some issue. They sent me the wrong thing, or I didn't get to me right. So I call Amazon. I got a English speaking person. Yep,
You got an
just as
incompetent English speaking person.
well,
That's what
but that's my point. Like in other
competence,
words,
competence. Like,
yeah, like in
like,
other words, right? I got to that person. They made me feel like, oh yeah, you know what? Let me check, right? And they went and you hear the little clicking on they little laptop. I know they sitting at their home in their underwear taking this call. They not just they not running through the warehouse looking for my order, right? No, they're just sitting there and they're doing this, and they say, you know what? It's a technical difficulty. Hold on, let me put you on hold. They put me on hold, man, and they try to look. They go through what Spore said. They look through their book and they say, all right, what is the response for this? Because man, he done hit me. I done use this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, all right, I got this one. Come back on there and they say, you know what, sir? Let's try this. And did you try that again and that don't work? You know what? I'm gonna work on it again. Let me put you on hold. And then they once he's exhausted all of everything on his checklist, right? They send you someplace else, right? And guess what? They sent me to another speaking English person, right? This
Uh-huh.
one was a little bit more of a southern accent, right? Lady, little southern belle accent. But she was at this point a specialist, right? So then I still didn't get my shit, as you can see, because she's still, try this, do this. I think your package is over here. You sure you didn't get it? I'm sure I didn't get it. Let me check through this. So again, the runaround again is not so much of the outsourcing itself, because I don't think they're saying to themselves when they outsource it, listen,
yeah.
they have a meeting and say, we're gonna fuck this up as much as we possibly can. All
Mhm.
right. That's not, but it's the playbook. And if again, they might have you run around. I think a lot of times, especially when people call in, they try to wear you down so you can be like, fuck it. I'll just either say fuck this equipment or buy another piece. And I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
using that as
no, another
example.
part of it is it's
I'm
two
just
things.
using it as example. That's all.
The other thing is too, you got to think, man. Most motherfuckers like you may be a civilized human being and shit, or consider yourself to be civilized and shit, but you gotta think of
At
the
times
amount
she's
of
civilized.
the most unreasonable people that will call and say some shit or look for something for free.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I
You
know.
know what I'm
I
saying?
So
know
they
people
gotta be
like that.
so they gotta be tactics because it
So
can't be
they
your
got,
front line. You can't be your
that's
front
what
line
the
defense.
protocol is for. The protocol is because they have
Let's
to
see if you
find
serious.
a
Let me
medium.
see.
They got to set it. They have to find the in between and shit. So the protocol satisfies that. As long as I
Yep.
stick to this protocol, the asshole who calls to get something free can't get over, and the person who fucking really needs something may be able to get something out of this shit if I follow this protocol.
If I follow this protocol, if they
That's
go all
it.
the way to the end, if they're patient enough to go all the way through this bullshit, then yes, guess what? You know what,
I
Miss
called the
Davis, Miss Davis, you know what we're gonna do? We can't find it. We was gonna try to fix it. We'll just send you a new one, which probably the first person could have told you that in the beginning. First
Right.
person could have told you that.
but it just wasn't on his checklist.
That's exactly. It wasn't on his checklist.
How about this? I called the water partner.
But y'all don't feel no kind of way that they're taking jobs out of this country, like middle class jobs out of this
But here's the
country
thing,
for
right?
that
All right,
shit?
no, 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 no.
Well,
I feel like.
you know what's funny?
Go
You know
ahead,
what?
go ahead. I got an
I
opinion
would
on that. Go ahead.
I would feel different if you had a generation of people who wanted to do middle class work
And
and
that's what I
nobody
was
wants
about
to
to
do the
say.
work.
Those jobs, right? That
I
people
think
that
it's
the,
I
the
think
ones
it's
that sit it
I
out.
think there's somewhere in between there that we got to deal with this
Yeah,
shit. I think we got to raise wages so motherfuckers
yeah.
want to work. Yes, absolutely. But some
But
motherfuckers
then
is
your
trying to hit
product,
the lottery. Motherfuckers want to be rappers and
or
fucking
or or just
sell
let's just
t-shirts
be,
or I don't
or
know.
or just to be real, to actually have that product again. Like we'll use the iPhone for example. If they decided to make that iPhone over here in the United States, that thing would cost a gazillion dollars. It would. You wouldn't buy an iPhone. Now, the iPhone that you like and the iPhone that you love and all these other little gadgets that are being made that we buy at the prices that we like, at the price points that we like.
Mm.
If it was built over here, the reason why it can't be built over here because the people that will work on that wouldn't want to work on it for the price that it needs to be at. That's just fact. It's just they're
Yeah,
not gonna.
and work ethic is different also.
Exactly. Their
Mhm.
work ethic is different.
Well,
Like
I'll give you an example. I was talking to a company the other day, was they're interested in coming to Philadelphia, and it's me and a bunch of important people, right? So they said that they make one here in the United States per year. Okay,
all right.
overseas, where they're originally from, they make 1,000 per year. I'm like, how? Nothing different, same spec of I want to say same spec of like assembly line.
They
Yeah.
make they make over. It's like some place like China has cities dedicated
To
to
doing
just a
these jobs.
product,
Yep.
a
Yep.
specific product. So here you go. So say for instance you're looking for I don't know. Let's say you're looking for handbags. No. Yes, let's say you're looking for no. Let's change that. Let me make handbags. Right.
Yeah.
There's a section of China, right, that in this whole place, right, that makes handbags. They have everything that you need to put the handbag together, to service the machines that make the handbags.
Yep.
All these things are in one place and shit. And they have
Mm-hmm.
communities of
But
things
this
that
community is
are wrapped
dedicated.
around
Yep.
things exactly like that.
Now,
So there's a
kinda
community of people that make certain electronic goods and shit. They all come from there. They live there, they work there, and everything comes from this one place.
kind of how America was built in the beginning. If you think about it, think about the old factories here in Philadelphia and stuff
The
like that.
Industrial
Like the
The
Revolution.
industrial
textiles,
revolution, the textiles. You got to remember, like all these buildings were dedicated to making a certain product, and people build their lives around that.
Right.
Unfortunately, what happened was in America, technology took over and outsourcing became a thing. So that's why these textile
Everything
industries
is
and
made
stuff
Well,
in
like that.
China.
to that
Well, it's
point, I
cheaper.
don't know if we embrace technology. We embrace technology, but we also well, we
We
outsource the jobs, and maybe we didn't embrace technology into a certain
yeah,
extent because they did, and they still got the manpower to work
yeah.
with it. So there's a kind of a
Yeah,
weird. Well,
I agree with that.
and I
We
don't know.
embraced it, but but I think we as Americans, right? We embrace
Well, factory
comfort.
jobs became obsolete.
Well, my point is, Americans, I feel like embrace comfortability. Like in
Yeah,
other words, it's like you feel what I'm saying. Like in other words, I'd rather be more comfortable than go out here and work harder, because over in those
Oh
countries
yeah, I
again,
always say work
because over
smart,
there.
not hard.
Yes, but over in those countries, like Spawn said, these communities are dedicated to it. These people go to work. They already know when they wake up, they are making pocketbooks. A part of this pocketbook, they're making it, or I'm fixing the machine that makes the pocketbook, or
and,
anything that's dealing with. And I'm just using the pocketbook as an example. Anything that's
Mhm.
dealing with this pocketbook
to
for it to
make
be
the
created
thread,
and met the thread. We go
anything is
it
in this
like is in this
community.
community, and they're all outsourced on things like that. So that's
They
how I feel like,
intertwine. All the businesses intertwine.
and I feel like that's how you can make it cheaper. There's no way that you can break. That's why most of our cars aren't built in America.
Right. No,
They're
I
not
know.
built in America. It's
Or
cheaper
they're
to make it.
they're built somewhere else and they're assembled
They're
here.
assembled here, and they're trying to take those jobs away.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah.
that's a
Because again,
lot.
because at the end
That's
of
a
the
lot
day,
of middle America.
because at the end of the day, again, we'll go back to you being a businessman right here in America. If somebody told you, man, instead of paying Nard, right, 80 to $100,000 a year plus benefits, right, and we got to take into consideration, Nard got personal things he got to take care of, like graduations, he might get sick, things of that nature. We could just go ahead and buy this automated system that doesn't take off. We don't have to give it PTO days. We don't have to give it benefits. We just got to have a serviceman, one guy, maybe two, to
And that's why they
keep an
and,
eye.
at the end that's why you ultimately look at them as the evil billionaire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then at the end of the day, who if you keep taking all the jobs away, who's going to be here to buy your shit?
Yep.
but again,
There it
but
is.
that's the catch 20.
Everybody
Nobody,
be
because they're
issued
not going to be able
credits.
to afford it.
Yeah, everybody will be issued, like Dar said. Everybody will be issued
Everybody's
credits.
issued credits. A
Yeah.
new
Yep,
structure.
it's a whole
Get
new
your
structure
social
of.
credit
Everybody's
up.
issued a
Yep,
salary from the government.
yep, yep. This is your money. This is what you could do to buy the money, to buy a car and all this other stuff.
Welcome to your future.
Right. Be
You know,
riding the bike down 295 at
no,
57 years old.
I think it's already
Insufficient credits.
well. Let's put it this way, right? I already feel like, again, we go back to, like, they're phasing out a lot of things, right? And it's so funny,
Hmm.
Just want to let y'all know we're like an hour or two in the show. Make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel, Unscripted RX. You can also subscribe to our Twitch channel. You can see it scrolling at the bottom, and Facebook as well. So you can follow us and get all these good, deep, juicy conversations. Um, but like I was saying, I
Good.
think
Yeah,
when it
yeah.
was
That's out of pocket.
what it's a
Right.
conversation, dog. Like,
Good.
you can say that,
Deep,
man.
deep,
Yeah,
juicy
yeah.
conversation.
I think because
Time,
this birthday I'm coming up, I'm
time,
about to phase out. I'm about to phase out the whole not on duty pause type thing.
calm it
Yeah.
down. Get
I'm
What?
yourself.
about to be I'm about to be the old nigga that just starts saying shit that just come right to his head. I don't give a fuck. You know what they're gonna say? Old head tripping. I take that old head tripping, man. You know how
No,
old
Well,
you do.
you almost at
you
that
should.
age anyway.
Or I'm embracing it, so it's cool. It's cool. There's perks to it. You get to say what you want, even if you say something crazy. Old head just be saying something crazy. Yep, I'm old head. Yep, you're right. But I want to say back to things that technology's taking over, because again, like, it's funny, Nard's talking about universal credit, right? Once you phase out paper money, yeah, you're really leaning towards that. because at this point now you got to rely on the system to keep your money. There's nothing physical.
I mean, just
You feel what
think,
I'm saying?
just
No,
Like
think about,
it's crazy
just
because
think
I
about
really
the
like I don't
EBT
carry
cards and all that.
cash.
yeah, like
I
think
don't
about
carry
now.
cash.
Like that's so funny. I just said to somebody yesterday, right? I said, "Yo, we was talking about. I was going to go get some weed, right? No, I was going to go bring some because I thought you had to buy some at Gail's joint, right? So I said, "Yo, I gotta go get some cash." I said, "This should be hectic, shit like that." And so, um, the person that I was with, they said, "But you gotta get, you don't got no cash." I said, "Dog, think about it." I said, I probably really don't walk around with any cash at all.
Right. That's
Like
been me
maybe,
for
like,
over 20
like,
years.
like maybe, not to tell you what's in my pocket, but like, it be walk around money in my pocket.
I
Like, you know
don't
what I
even
mean?
got walk around me.
Like, no, I keep walk around money, like, just in case, your card don't work. But I say all that to
No, and
say,
that's
yeah,
what a lot of people tell me to do. At least carry $20 in case you
yeah.
got a flat, you need to get it fixed or some shit like that.
But
I'd be
every place
trying.
that you go, every place that you go, even in the hood, is all digital. Like,
Yeah,
like,
they take
like
debit cards.
motherfuckers is selling weed on Cash App.
Swipe.
Like,
Yeah.
yo, like motherfuckers sell weed on Cash App, man. You know how
Yeah,
dangerous that shit is. Like that's a case right there, man. You know how dumb that shit is. But at this point, motherfuckers is like, yo, because that's what the world is going to.
yeah,
You
it
know.
is.
Instagram
It
clicked
does.
off, bro.
Oh yeah. That's because it's only on for an hour. So
Put T-shirt on the memo.
yeah, like so
Right.
uh oh, what I gotta do? Just restart Instagram again.
I guess.
It's an in live. What's the name? End it. All right. And bang. Let's see. Cancel. Yeah, so but that's really what how I feel about that. Like,
I was
Well,
going, you know.
to switch directions
okay.
on current events or whatever. Did y'all hear about Ice Spice getting attacked in a McDonald's out in LA?
Yeah,
Yo,
I saw
really?
Really,
that
Swan?
footage.
Really? Really?
Wow. Did you see
Did
the
I hear the
card?
Oh my God. Ice Spice was attacked.
Really?
so I did see so it's so funny, right? I did see that so
I ain't
I
really
did
got no
see
Ice
it.
Spice.
I don't know why. So I heard the one girl's story, but
Okay.
That shit
I heard
suspect
she
as
was
shit.
lying because they got her on video
Yeah.
when she came up to her and
yeah,
said, like, are you
yeah,
from here? She knew she's not from here. She probably knew
yeah,
who she was, actually. And she just,
yeah.
what? She punched her in the face and then tried to run?
I mean,
But
she,
no, it got so it looked like because she said, of course, she said she didn't know who she was. She was like, oh, something like she asked for an autograph or some dumb shit, and
she walked
it
over
did
to her.
make sense.
She started off saying how pretty she was. She said, I
There
walked
you
up to
go.
her,
There
told
you
her how
go.
pretty she was, something, something, something. They told her to get out of here. She said, why you got to be disrespectful? When she said something like that, then she started swinging on her.
That's what the girl said.
That's what the girl
That's
said.
not
Yeah.
what she that's not what she said.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
There's audio of the attack. She came up popping shit.
yeah, so
Uh,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
So I say all that to say, first of all, why is Ice Spice in McDonald's by
yeah,
herself
that's
with
number
her
one.
because she's
girlfriend?
loving it.
That's number one, especially in a right. I mean, like me and you
Because
could
she
go out
loved.
there and get into some shit, but we not Ice Spice. You know what I mean? We already
You,
seen
you,
what
no, no,
happened
no,
to
no, no.
Pete.
You, no. Don't put that you and I in there. You ain't. I am not going to McDonald's.
I'm just saying a
I,
celebrity, not
like,
specific celebrity,
horrible.
because you saw
She
what
probably,
happened to
she
PNB
probably,
Rock.
gonna-
He
she
got
probably gonna get
murdered
a
in
motherfucking endorsement
Roscoe's.
now, right off that. She won't get an endorsement off that shit.
No,
She was rumbling
but
for her
shit
McDonald's
happened.
fries. I'm loving it. That's it. She gonna get an endorsement off her joint and shit.
He
Yeah,
said
No,
da
but
da da da
you see
da.
what happened to PNB Rock. He got murdered in the Roscoe's.
I know.
Then she gets attacked in McDonald's. Krishan Rock is at a parade and these girls tried to attack her at the parade or after the parade because she's hanging out. Like, you need to, if you're in that life, you can't just be anywhere like you're not a celebrity. You need to have security.
Which is fucked up.
That's the fucked up part about it.
But that's you're a celebrity. Like, you chose that life.
That's fucked up.
But you should have security.
Just beat up your celebrities.
No, you just beat people. You just see what you really gotta do is make an example out of motherfucker. That's what Ice Spice should.
Krishan made an example out of the motherfuckers.
You make an example out of the motherfucker and won't nobody fuck with you. You know,
so you got all levels.
Wild and shit. For at least they got a good reason to and shit. They'll think it out.
You got all levels. Unfortunately, PNB Rock lost his life.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I know.
Ice Spice is lucky.
Well, yeah, she's. I mean, it's really like.
I mean, she's lucky because she walked away.
It's not two different situations, but it is. This is the other situation. Is those people went to go rob PNB Rock? You know what I'm saying? This is. What? I mean, both the same thing because the other thing is harassment. Some girl coming up to you asking you for no fucking reason.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you do need security though. Like, you know, if you're just gonna be in like McDonald's doing shit, like some regular random shit, and you know, like that. People
like, I wouldn't be in a strange. I wouldn't, and I'm not even a celebrity. I wouldn't be in a strange city in no McDonald's by myself. And if I'm with somebody, I want to make sure the people that I'm with got my back just in case something pops off.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe I don't think about it that way because I don't never feel like I'm in strange places by myself.
But I think also too, it's a little bit. And
I know I'm me, but I mean me being the person who's like, no man, who can probably fend for themselves, that type of shit. Not just me, but that type of thing. But you know, it's like, yeah, I mean, I tend to. I don't get bothered. I tend to not get bothered when I'm going places and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if I'm ever in like the most sketchy places. I don't know and shit. Sometimes maybe I am, maybe I'm not. And shit. But you know I tend to be able to roll comfortably.
I tend to when I'm out of town. I'm a person that I mean I move around the way I want to, but I am cautious and I'm aware of my surroundings.
Yeah, somebody say don't go someplace like don't go on that side and shit.
If it's a local that is a person that, let's say again, if I'm in Vegas someplace, right, and I'm like, yo man, I heard about this restaurant called, you know, such and such, such and such. If the local that I know there says, yeah, dog, I don't know if you want to go there. Yeah, I'm gonna take their advice. I'm not gonna go.
I tell you, I was in San Francisco at this gig and shit. It's just
we're back live on Instagram too. So we're good. Yeah,
I forgot the name of the place and shit, but long story short, it's in the Tenderloins, which is like, you know, really kind of like a real like drug addict, homeless type area and shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's this hotel in the middle of it and shit that they have parties at, and concerts at, and shows at.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a pretty dope spot.
Like so hungry right now, you know that?
Some of the best parties I've ever been to, like, you know, being on the road was
everybody's eating except for me. You got anything to snack on? I'm sorry. I'm talking to 70 minutes. So everybody was eating except for me, huh?
So being at the spot, right? I'm there and I'm rolling up an L in the joint and shit. And I'm like, damn, I don't have a lighter. So I go to the spot. I'm going through this spot to see if I can get a lighter and shit. You know what I'm saying? And there's a store literally right across the street from this hotel, basically. You know what I'm saying? This party's at. Yeah. So, and it's the evening time. It's probably like maybe 6 o'clock, maybe. Sun's going down. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, well, on the way out, I'm like, yo, lighter? No, I ain't got a lighter. Oh, I'm gonna walk across the street to get one of this shit. And the motherfucker said to me, oh yeah, hurry up before it gets dark. I'm like, fuck that mean?
Like the boogeyman coming out.
So, I'll get to another person, on my way to going to the store and shit that's across the street. And I get to another person like, hey, would you happen to have a lighter and shit? No, I ain't got a lighter. And shit, all right, I'm going across the street to get a lighter. They'd be like, oh, yeah, make sure you get back before dark. Like, what the fuck? Did this shit turn into mother from dusk till dawn shit with vampires just pop out and shit? You know what I'm saying? So I literally get in the store and shit to get the lighter. There's a woman there. She's talking to the guy at the counter and shit. She's got her groceries and shit. Woo, woo, woo. And she's like, yeah, let me hurry up and get out of here before it gets dark and get to my crib. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What happens here when the sun goes down?
When the sun go down, what the fuck?
On the streets. Like, what is happens here?
But you got enough warnings. But you got enough warnings to say, yo, man, I don't want to be there. No sense to be trying to find out.
Yeah. And the area was definitely like an area like you saw pimps and whores, like you saw the shit out there. It just, I guess, it wasn't necessarily active until after dark. But I'm talking about the bangest party you could possibly
Freaks
imagine.
come out at night.
And I'm talking about like it was like a 1950 style, 50, 60 style hotel that had like Mick Jagger and motherfuckers would hang out.
Vampires was coming.
So yeah,
Donna didn't like the conversation. She jumped out. Yeah, she just left.
Yeah,
I tell you something funny though, right? I got a Vegas story like that, right? So, this is like years ago. I'm in Vegas, and this is before, as you can tell, this is before like Cash App and shit like that, right? So, a nigga owed me some money, right? So I go out, I leave out to go fly to Vegas, right? Have a good time. And so the nigga said, yo, I'm gonna wire you some money. I'm gonna wire you your bread. So I'm like, all right, bet. So it works out. So, but think about it. Remember how you had to go get a wire. You had to go
making some French fries. How about
you gotta go find this nigga gonna make French fries. Yo, this is so unscripted. This is so fucking unscripted, y'all. So anyway, right? So I'm like trying to find a place where you can get this money from. But then here's the funny part. Remember where you wire from, it all depends on where you go. They might not have that much money to give you.
Right.
So I'm riding around. I find some supermarket right in Vegas, and I'm in Vegas, and I find the supermarket. I get the money right, and so then I get this great idea to go get some weed. Right, I'm like, I might as well go ahead and get some weed. So the cab driver says, yeah, I got a place, right? I said, because I asked him, I said, yo, can you take me to go get some weed? He says, yeah, I can take you. I got this spot, right? So he pull up, right? Now, mind you, if you pull up, if you leave the strip, the Vegas strip, shit get different. Shit get real different.
Mm-hmm.
all that shiny shit, and make you feel like you just vacation. That shit changes as soon as you leave the strip. Right? What shit get real? You start seeing motherfuckers poor, just like poor. So, thank you, Stephanie. Look, Stephanie. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all, we're not getting a divorce this week. We're not getting a divorce this week. She made it work. Can I get a ginger ale, please, too? So anyway, right? He pulls me up. Now, mind you, right? I think at the time, I think the money wire was for like 2,500. And so, believe it or not, the fucking supermarket had it. I didn't know why they had it. So, I'm now, he pulls me up into the project, like a Vegas project, right? And so I got like this t-shirt on. I got these swim trunks / shorts on and flip-flops because I wanted to get this bread, right? And he says, go in there, right? They got weed. I said, go in there. I looked, right? First of all, I get out, right? I get out the car, right? And then I realized I looked at my get up, right? And I said, oh, you begging to get fucking robbed. Look at you. I said,
oh shit.
Like, think about it. You got swim trunk pants. It ain't, but you can't hide the money. Like, even if it's not sticking out, it's like it's huge. Right. Hey man, how much weed y'all got over here? Yeah, give me this much. And now I gotta peel this shit off, kind of peel this shit off in front of these motherfuckers, right? And I just knew I was like, yo, I told the cabbie, I said, dog, I said, don't fucking leave me, man. All right. He says, no, I ain't gonna leave you. I said, dog, don't fucking leave me. And I'm not even thinking, right, at the end of the day, right, that he could have just called his home and said, yo, I got one coming
I
through.
got one for you. Yeah. Like you was in Mexico.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Some bulls on foot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got over.
So
They on a
I give
WhatsApp on a ride. You know?
here's the funny part. This how you know. This how you know a nigga from out of town, right? So he asked for I think it was like he said I had this fire. So this is back in the day where you get like some exotic shit. So I told you I got money. So I said, yo, how much is it? I said, man, I take all that shit, right? So the nigga looked at me like, yeah, I said, I take all of it. It was like about $300 something dollars. He had like his whole pack, right? I said, I take all that shit, man. So he looked, I said, it was like, yeah, it was something like that. So I just started peeling out money, right? I said, 1, 2, 3. I said, all right, dog, I'm out. And the only thing I could think about by the time I got there, I was like, yo, I just got to get from here back to this fucking cab, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Once I got back to the cab, I told myself at that point, yeah, I'm never venturing out into the hood ever again. Ever. Out of town hood, we're not doing it.
Yeah, I'm going.
I could have told you that.
Yeah, but I was because I told you I had money, like because there was no weed on the strip at the time. You gotta remember this is years ago, and then the weed that you get on the strip, that shit's trash.
Mm.
It's because it's tourist weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, So boy did give me some fire though, but I'll never do that shit again.
You risked it all for some fire.
What? Lose my life because I wanted to get high. Yeah, man, but yeah, that's my story of venturing into the hood and won't do that no more.
Right.
It's funny. I think I've had more. Well, I don't even know if they were dangerous and shit. I think I've been more sketchy places in like when I used to buy.
Shout
Like,
out Canada Dry.
Weed. That's crazy. Like back in the day when I used to buy like local weed and shit, then I've had like buying in the street someplace in like a foreign place.
Oh no. Now back at home, I bought weed from a lot of shady places. I ain't gonna front.
Oh man, there's a drive-through. We had a drive-through in Philly.
Yeah, I know. I've been to that
I
one.
remember that.
Yeah, you drive down the block and shit. You get your money in one person, get to the next person, they hand you the weed.
Yeah, they had one of those in
that.
Camden too.
They had that. They had a candy store on Girard. This shit is now.
You mean was it 7-Star? No, that's 7-Star. That's 7-Star. That's 7-Star. No, that was another spot. This was
talking about. It was right behind. It was off of Girard over by Temple, right? It was like right behind what Checkers is. Huh?
Lee Street?
I don't know what the street is. I just know it was right behind
the crib that you used to have to go up the stairs.
No. It was a candy store. It was Jamaicans in this motherfucker.
Oh, right? That's like 15th. Like
yeah.
I know
it's right when you get past Girard, you bang a right. And there's this nasty ass Jamaican store, right? And you go in there, and you be like, "Yo, give me one." These motherfuckers, I'll be like, "Yo, how the fuck y'all stay open, right?" And the cops don't know because y'all just giving this out like as if I asked for a bag of fucking chips, and everything in the store was stale.
Yeah,
not nan thing nigga bought it there.
Just the front.
It was just listen, but they was cooking.
That sounds like the Indian store down the street from me.
152nd Street. Back in the day. 152nd Street used to go in there. Used to get chocolate from and shit. Remember chocolate? Remember that was a thing.
Yeah,
anybody remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember
that. Shit don't even exist no more.
Because that shit was just fucking flavored fucking weed. Somebody dipped it in some brown dye.
No,
chocolate dye now.
Oh, God, that shit don't even exist no more. That's pretty crazy. I don't even know.
Oh, you think about it, a lot of the weeds back in the day don't exist. Like Purple Haze.
Yeah, dude.
That don't exist no more.
It's a different strand though. It's not like it was back then.
It's funny. I found like stuff like G13 recently.
Yeah.
Like in dispensary, I found G13 in the dispensary in Boston.
I've seen it up here.
Because I still see Girl Scout cookies.
which is one of my favorite reads in the whole world. I tend to find that.
And what's the other one that was popular? Pineapple
Shout out
Express.
420. Yeah.
Fucking OG Kush. Shout out all these great flavors and shit.
It's 420. That's why I'm eating on here.
420 conversation. Oh damn, hold up. Where's that? Meanwhile, my fries. Continue on.
Yeah.
Burn up the fries.
Yeah, right. So yeah. So now I'll just tell y'all, all my viewers out there, the Funkster does not venture out into different places that
not
he found.
into the unscrupulous neighborhoods.
Yo, so I was in Puerto Rico. Listen, I'm in Puerto Rico, right? And so we're there, and when you, for people that haven't been to Puerto Rico, first of all, Puerto Rico, the resort is amazing. I like it out there, right? The city is poor.
Where's this?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto
right?
Rico.
So I'm in Puerto Rico.
That's mostly
So
y'all traveling ass fools. Fucking y'all
Mm.
fucking go to the
So-
resort shit and the fucking local
Okay.
shit is fucking.
I don't give a fuck about the local shit. Just give me some place where I can see the fun and have that, man. I don't want to see the tourism. I can see poor shit at home. So,
There you go.
so I'm in Puerto Rico, right? And so we're driving from the resort
Straight
that
capitals.
we're on
Listen, straight capitals. I love it.
all day, all fucking day.
You voted for Trump.
I didn't vote for Trump. And I can put that out.
Yeah, look at him.
He gonna make that point clear.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Hey, Donna's a lot of things I leave loose. That's not it.
Yeah, that's not one of them.
Yeah,
I don't
go
blame
for it.
you on that one.
I like it.
Nah, I say too many reckless things, motherfucker. Take that for real. No, they'd be like, I knew it, Nard. I knew it all these years. That's why you act like that.
That's
shit.
so crazy, yo. That's so crazy, boy. You a black person, boy. You get that like yo, like you know what? That's like almost getting a rape charge on you and shit.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like that's you
like,
said,
whoa.
hold on, I voted for Trump. No, I didn't. I ain't voted for no
I
Trump.
didn't.
No, fuck that. No. Like,
Yeah, hold up now. Hold
that's
up.
like getting accused, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Like somebody said,
That's some offensive shit.
You took some cookies. Yo, listen.
Yo,
But then I know,
crazy.
but listen, I know motherfuckers that are super proud that they did.
Hey man,
They super proud, even in this
they
day and age.
they not celebrities. Though. You're a celebrity and you vote for Trump, boy. They on your ass.
Mm-mm.
That's all.
So-
They ain't on nothing else but that right there.
Well, I figured that, here's the funny part, right? About that. If you're not, if a lot of people don't admit that they did vote for him, or they think that way. They vote and then they, it's like, they celebrate, in their own little circle. It's my thing is this: if you're a celebrity, know that again, everything that you say is on spotlight.
Yeah.
So the same way as I would comment and talk about my friend that did vote for Trump, it just so happened that the person I'm talking about now, he's just so famous, and now you're gonna hear my opinion, mine, and another million of them. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful with what you say, or stand by what you say.
Hey man,
right.
My thing, what's funny? I ain't scared to say it. I voted for Kamala Harris. I voted for Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? Just because.
Why would you be afraid of saying it?
Yeah, why I'm not afraid to say this.
But I say,
only because
why would you be afraid to say you vote for Trump? I don't care about that.
No. I'm saying. I'm not scared to say this part. I voted because I know all my friends or any people that I knew, you always hit you with the, you got to vote. I mean, they have a voice and this, that, and other thing, and yada, yada, yada. So I voted for her just so that I knew that she would lose.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on everything that was going on, I knew she was lose no matter what I did. You know what I'm saying? I even drove fucking out of my way. I'm just going to put it that way. Just so that when it all went down, I can criticize everything that was going on.
But here's the thing. I can respect your criticism because you participated
Right.
No,
in the event. So that's what I'm saying. So
no.
my thing is this, right? My thing is this: people
If you
that
don't vote, you
criticize,
don't.
yeah,
And you
you
vote.
can't talk to me. I don't
You
respect the
don't
Yes,
get,
yes,
and you
yes,
conversation.
you
can't
can.
say
Yes, you
nothing.
can. Yes, you can. You should value them. You should value them more than you should value anybody.
I don't.
Absolutely. And that's
I
the
don't.
mistake.
What?
That is the mistake. You have to
It's not a
value those
mistake.
people and shit.
Why?
Because those are the people
Why?
you need. How are you
Why do
going
I
to
need
dig
them?
that?
But you
Why
didn't
you need?
You
vote.
don't. You didn't
That's
want to
because
participate in
that's
the
why you
game.
lost. That's why you lost. That arrogance. That arrogance right there is why you lost. That
No,
right
it's,
there. And
no, I
that's
don't
what
understand.
and that's why I voted to
Mm-mm.
criticize it. I voted to criticize that
And
level of arrogance.
so
You
so
think that you don't need people. I
no,
voted
that's
that.
not.
No.
That's no. First of all, it's not about. I don't know where that came from, but um, I don't think like that. My thing is this, right? In order for you to have a conversation with me about any type of politics, it doesn't matter who you vote for. You just have to participate in the game.
Right.
That's all. So it's not about, I voted
If
for
your choice is not there, if you're speaking about the system, you know,
I'm talking about I'm
if you're
talking
saying that,
about
if you're saying
oh,
you ultimately what you're saying is I don't agree with either one of these two motherfuckers.
mhm.
There's nobody up here. That's my vote. My vote is my. If you're asking me which one of these two motherfuckers up here are supposed to be the president, I'm saying neither one of these motherfuckers. You're not telling me that I gotta eat shit. That doesn't make sense.
But then you're not
That don't make sense.
but here's the part that I feel like some people, excuse me.
And that's what
I
the
feel like
motherfuckers say. And that's what the
no, that's
motherfuckers
not how
saying. You're
No,
saying
it's
that
like,
you
that's not
should.
how
here's the
that's not
thing.
how I think
Because
about that. I think go ahead, Don.
there's been times when I didn't like either opponent either,
Hmm.
but I need to take the lesser of two evils because if I don't vote, then
You
that's
can't
really a
make
vote
change.
for,
Like
yeah.
or how about this? If you don't vote, you can't make change. For the person that says I don't want to vote, all you're doing is just voicing your opinion. You can't make change because if you're gonna play
Right.
the system is based around that. You could be as to me, you could be as much of a I don't want to vote. I got people I know that say that to me. I don't want to vote and I don't want to do that because I don't like neither one of persons, because this is how you supposed to, how the country really supposed to be ran is blah 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 blah. But in order for you to change it, in order for you to change it,
You got to
you have to
participate.
participate in the game.
Yeah.
Word.
You can't change it on the
No.
outside. You have to be inside the game to change it.
Ask you
You
a
can't
question.
you can't
Ask you a question.
you can tell me
Simple
as
question.
much you can say hold up, listen to me.
Okay.
Listen to me. What
Okay.
I'm saying to you is you can say as much as you want. I don't like neither one of them. I don't agree with neither one of them what they going to say. All right, that's fine. So if you don't agree, right? What are you going to do to change it? How are you going to change it? Because in order for you to change it, you have to participate in the game.
Okay.
You have to.
I mean,
That's
that's what
all.
you do.
You do. Because other than that, how you going to do it from the outside?
Did
You're
the
not
black,
part of the
let me ask you a
game.
question. Did the Black Panthers vote?
Did the
Did the
Black
what?
Panther do?
Did the Black Panthers vote?
I don't know. I wasn't around for that. I don't know.
Okay.
But what is that?
They changed the system, right?
But did they put somebody in charge of the
Huh?
presidency?
Did
Because
they
that's what
change?
we're
Did they
talking
make,
about.
no,
Did
no, no,
they?
no, no.
Because we're talking about
No, no,
voting.
no, no.
We're
See,
talking about voting. You got to
see,
put the people in there. You're talking about did they make a change? What are you talking
what,
about?
what, so what? So what? So you're
If
so
you
what I'm
want to
saying
be
is,
in the
if
game,
we're
right?
talking, if we're talking about, we're talking about. See, we're having two different conversations. We're talking about face cards and making changes that help people. That's what
If
we're
you
talking about. We're
want to,
talking about two different
if
things.
you
They
no,
did help a lot of people in the
I'm not
change that
saying
they
that they
made.
changed.
I
Yeah,
totally agree with everything that they
I'm not
did,
saying
but
that they
look
didn't
how
make
the
change.
government dismantled them.
Yeah, and then
Huh? Because they
but
didn't
then
have any.
but
Because they
then
didn't vote.
no, because they did it. They didn't participate in the game that was set out there. We live in America. We can say whatever you want. We could say and think whatever we want.
Right.
But the rules are here
Right.
is bip, bop, boop, and boop. This is what the rules are. If you want to be a citizen in this country, this is what you have to do and have to be a citizen in this country. If you want to
No, no, no,
vote,
no, no, no,
if
no,
you
no,
want,
no.
if you want,
No,
if you want, if
the
you
rules are you have the choice. It's the rules are you have the fucking choice. That's what the fucking rules are. The rules are
yeah.
fucking not that you have to. The rules are fucking that you have a choice. Don't make it like it's a thing that you have to do.
You no, you do have a choice to vote. You say
Okay,
no, I don't want
then.
to vote.
So don't make it like the rules are you have to vote. The rules are that you don't have
No,
to.
no, no. And you don't have to vote.
Right.
But you can't complain to me if you chose not to vote, but then you want change. How you gonna get change if you're not part of the game?
That's where you're mistaken.
No, I'm not. That's where you're mistaken.
That's literally the Democratic issue.
That makes no sense.
That's
That
literally
makes
the
no
Democratic
sense.
issue.
No, that makes no
See the
sense.
loop that we're in and shit. Because you can't. You're saying that you're first of all.
So on your independent side, on your independent side where you don't vote, how are you gonna make change?
There's a lot of things you can do to make change and shit.
If
you
you're on
build
the
your own
side,
businesses, you can do a bunch of things to make change.
But you still gotta abide by the rules. Because what if that don't work for you? What are you saying? Yo, that's not fair. I need this changed. So how you gonna change it? We have to vote to get it changed. You have to vote to get that. You have to vote. You have to do those things. That's what you gotta do. You can't do it. You can't do it as a nomad. You can't do it.
I don't think you can vote without having fucking money.
What do you mean?
I think money's way more important than voting in terms of culture. I don't even think you get shit. I don't even think you get done. I think you get done shit. I think here you go. That's the biggest facade. One of the biggest facades is that you get shit done with voting and motherfuckers get shit done with money. That's our cultural fucking disadvantage. We think and how about this? We're not even smart enough to use our money to galvanize and get people who you just literally said out your mouth, we don't care about you and shit, to come in.
We're not looking at Stephanie comments. Stephanie's been commenting. Stephanie says, if you don't vote, you literally have no say.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's her point. That's and again, again, it's not that you do have a choice. I do agree with you on having a choice, but even with your example of the Black Panthers, yes, did they make change? Yes, they made changes, man. A lot of different groups made changes, but did it stick? No, I'm waiting.
They got killed. They got thrown in jail. I don't know. Fred Hampton was 21, doing more than any of these 21-year-olds was doing.
Yeah, but again.
And what I think systemically, you got people who feel the way you're talking, like, yeah, I went and voted, so I did my part, and they ain't doing shit to really make change. They just showing up to a poll every 4 years.
It makes you feel good. It makes you feel
I feel like
phone man organized. How many, houses did you help create? How many sustainable incomes did you generate?
And again, all that when you're doing all that, you still have to participate in the game. We could paint it any way you want, but
my question is, that's for y'all motherfuckers who still try to beg Master to give you something when he ain't never give you nothing. Why the fuck are you voting for Master to give you something?
I don't know if I subscribe to the whole begging Master for anything. I'm not begging nobody for nothing. It's the same way as it's my choice to decide if I want to vote and make a change. Maybe I don't believe in the way those changes were made with those people. I'm not saying it what they didn't make change. Maybe the path. Maybe and Amir, and here's the crazy part, Amir. I do agree with that. I'm not saying that he was totally wrong in what he was doing, but I'm saying also too, he could have maybe did it a better way. Maybe he could have did it a different way. That's all I'm saying. But in order for you, or for me, let me not even say you. I'm going to say me. In order for me to say that I'm going to go ahead and I feel like I want to make a change and I want to do something like that, I have to start by saying, all right, I'm going to vote. because that's what's in my power as one person. As one person,
that's your method, and I respect
that's my
that
method,
method.
and that's my method.
But
That's
you
all.
gotta realize
And I said,
reason
and I
why
said,
voting is such a touchy topic with that is there's people in certain places that their way of making change is setting some shit on fire. It ain't got shit to do with showing up to a booth. And
I understand that, but my thing is this, right?
It's not
I
the
don't know.
majority. That's the
Yeah,
only
that's not the
problem with that.
majority.
If
I
it
don't
was the
believe you need to
majority, things
set.
would change really quickly. But it's not
Yeah,
the
it's
majority.
not the majority of people. Everybody don't want to burn shit down.
not for
I don't want
sure.
to burn it
I
down.
mean, that's
Yeah,
complacency though, in the
yeah.
sense.
It's like I
Yeah.
don't want to burn it down. I don't want to do. I don't want to go
I
that
ain't
back.
advocating for burning. I'm just saying
No. We just
that
talking. No. We're
don't
just talking. I get
participate
it.
in something and finds ways to actually help
Yeah.
a community and build something for the people, like a person like Fred Hampton realize this system ain't benefiting us, and I can galvanize these people that are affected and feel like this system don't benefit them. That comes from a mindset of we got to bring this shit together versus
So then we got to, but
pay.
because
You
the
don't have a
system ain't
say.
going nowhere. Because here's the
Your
reality
say,
of it.
your say, being a citizen is a spoiled process. Your say is always going to matter. That's why these white people get everything they want because they believe that their say matters regardless.
Yep.
Us being like, yo, your say doesn't matter because you ain't participating in a system that low-key forces out fucking our ability to exist, that plays on our existence. I think that's weaponized justice. That's a whole system that you weaponizing against each other that low-key ain't never benefited us. Show me where us voting has changed something for us.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. There are things that was voted on that has changed us and made our lives better.
What?
Okay.
Whether you want to,
then you'd be able to name them.
believe,
Just you'd be
whether,
able to name them then, right?
Stop, we still going over Roe v. Wade. And shit.
I'm just saying.
Roe v.
Start naming
Wade,
them.
Roe versus Wade. Yes, that was turned over by this administration of a vote. The same way it was voted in. The same way they voted it where it was for and I'm not coming to the top of my head of exactly what that was, but it was for it. And then then the new administration came in and changed that. They voted. So again, voting does work. The same thing is how people say that
that wasn't your vote.
Yeah, that was them.
That wasn't your vote.
Yeah, but my vote.
But, saying,
but here's the crazy part. I didn't vote for neither one. But here's the thing. I didn't vote for neither one of them because I wasn't around to vote for that. So let's start there. You're right. It wasn't my vote for yay or nay. None of us was around for that. None of us.
What I'm saying is
the same thing. The same thing is was
not
the
by
same
your
thing.
hands.
The same thing
was not casted not by your hands.
The same thing goes for the fact that they put in what they're trying to get rid of now. Oh my God, why is it skipping my mind? For minorities for not DEI, not DEI, but you could put that on. You could put that on that list. You know,
they are getting rid of it. Literally, you know.
But it was voted in place because people said we needed it. Like that's what it was. It was voted in. It wasn't just made up. They didn't just say, yo, you know what we're going to do is just put it in there. Nobody voted on it. People voted on that to get that in there.
For preservation.
Affirmative action. Affirmative action. That worked for us.
Certain things are not going to be preserved because of the way the world's mixed up.
Yeah, like affirmative action, that worked for us, whether you believe it or not. Like it worked. And a lot of people say, how did it work for me? It might not have worked for you personally, but the person that was above you. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. What I'm saying is people say, I know a person, right, that they said affirmative action didn't do anything for me. I said, how did you know? He said, well, personally, it didn't, and why do we need affirmative action? I said, well, let's just say it might not affect you personally, but the person that they put over you that hired you. No. Listen. What I'm saying is affirmative action might have not affected him directly, but it might have put a person in place for them to hire you and put you in your position. That's what affirmative action. One of the things affirmative action did, and it wasn't just for blacks. It was to make the playing field. It was make the whole playing field even. Yeah, that's all. And a
Or
lot
it's
of people
even as
think it,
high,
and a lot
or
of
it's
people
even
think,
as
and a lot
high.
of people, and just on that one, a lot of people think that that was just for blacks. It just wasn't for blacks. It was for everybody to make it even.
You see,
And
what
actually,
you fail to
white
understand is
Caucasian women got the most out of affirmative action.
right. So, and you say it so affirmatively, like that was like great for black people.
No,
like,
but I'm just
voted,
saying,
you voted in
women,
something that didn't help you.
women
You
couldn't
voted for
even
something
have
that really
bank
didn't help you.
accounts at
See,
some
here you
point.
go. Here you go. Let me give you an example. Right? Example.
Mm-hmm.
Let's even talk about women's right to vote. Right to vote. Right.
Right.
You know what the women's right to vote was wrapped around? Really? It wasn't them being nice to women and saying, "Hey, women, you're an equal rights person." You know what I'm saying? Like, you to vote and shit. We want to get you in there. It was for taxation reasons. It was because they wanted to add more population to the tax pool. So they decided to let women own property and pay taxes and shit. Before voting was really based on being able to have property for you to pay taxes. You own property, pay taxes, and voted and shit. If you couldn't own property, couldn't vote. That was the whole concept of shit. You know what I'm saying? So as time went on and shit, the Rockefellers actually said, yo, we want to add more people to the tax pool. So we're going to allow women the right to work, vote, have property, all these things. We want more people into the tax pool. So while you think this is some altruistic thing, we're in the right to go in there. We want you to feed the system.
Yeah, but it still had to be voted in. But in order for it to happen, you had to participate and vote.
Yeah,
like that's the part that like.
Did you understand what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? Yeah, you did have to vote.
I heard what you said.
You asked for your right. Here you go. You asked for your right to participate in a system for motherfuckers to make more money off of you. It was not for your benefit. It was not to make you some fucking.
All right, so let me ask this, right? So let me ask this, right? So what's the alternative to not voting? I'm just curious.
I mean, yeah, there is a bunch.
Name one. You just said like what? Name one. What would be the alternative? Because I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, if you want to really get gut bucket about it and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, to my man point, like, if you really want to get gut bucket about it, there's a bunch of grassroots things that you can generally do to help people exactly.
What can you do if you took voting away?
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Let's start
because everybody ain't. Because again, I feel like this. Everybody's not a Fred Hampton. Everybody's not a Black Panther. Everybody's
which is exactly the point.
And everybody can't be that. Everybody can't be that.
Which is exactly the point and shit. You know what I'm saying? When you go in and you say you cast your vote, right? You feel like, or you talk about, like, you in particular, I'm talking about you right now and shit.
I'm listening.
You was like, now you have all the rights in the world to complain about everything in the world and shit. You know what I'm saying? You bought that right just because of that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, there's a set of people out here who actually who need something specifically and shit, and your vote did not help a goddamn thing. You went, it made you feel good. You were able to vote and go home.
But first of all, but if that's the case, I can say that about a lot. But that makes
and I know. It's hard to look in the mirror and be like, yo, I didn't do anything. For real.
It's not. I'm gonna tell you why.
Really need food.
But if that's the case, but let's be real. But okay.
Why did you go and vote?
Why did you go and vote? I voted because, again, number one, I want to say, because I want to participate. And I feel like I want to make a change. So my way of making a change from the start, from that point, is to at least say, this is what, if these are my choices, this is what I'm going to choose from. Now, with that being said, with your example of, yes, I got the right stuff, but other people need stuff. Bro, listen, let's just be real. That's the same way as me going out and buying a pair of sneakers, and I walk past a homeless man and he has no food and I still keep walking. Like, let's just be real.
Yeah.
There's no, in other words, I can't help but listen, I can't help everybody. I can't. The only thing
So the
I can
bare
do is
minimum,
help. No. What I can do is
you did your
worry
civic
about.
duty.
No, what I could do is worry about what goes on in my circle and overall, because again, this is the place that I live in and dwell and do everything in this country. In order for me to say I'm going to be in this game and I want another person in there, the only way for me to do it is by participating in the game, right? And saying, I don't want that guy on the left. I want this guy on the right. Now, if it doesn't work out, it's nothing I can do because it's not just me.
Yeah,
It's
I mean the system's
everybody.
flawed.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
Yeah, if
But
everybody
but
votes
look
But
in
at
the
look
it's
at
the
look
best
at
only,
ICE.
interest,
yeah. And
then it would
Look at
what
work.
cracks
ICE.
me,
You get all
but
of them to
why,
vote
why,
that
why,
can vote, and then
why,
you
But
get
your best
my
interest is in
problem
my
is,
best interest, is in
yeah,
his best interest.
right.
yeah. That's all.
I guess
So we know.
I just think people are really complacent and shit. I mean, it's just like it's funny. This might be this might be a little example of what my man was talking about. He said he saw a quote. He said, back in the day, people didn't, people didn't make podcasts. They went to war and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that. That's kind of where we at right now and shit. This vote really proves something and shit. People voted for their comfortability and shit. That's what they voted for. You know what I'm saying? They voted to be comfortable. They
No,
didn't
I don't
necessarily
think
vote
so.
for change and shit. They
I
voted
think
for comfort.
no,
I don't think
I don't know about that.
most
It
people
was
are
comfort.
comfort
Nobody was
right
Because
comfortable
now.
with the guy we got in
because
charge.
ultimately, because to be honest, they didn't want the change that was going to happen.
No, they didn't. They didn't want.
A lot
They
of
didn't.
people didn't want a
They didn't.
woman as
They just didn't want
president,
a woman as president. That's what I
let
feel like.
alone
It
a
wasn't.
black woman as
Yeah, I
president.
don't think. I don't think. I think that's what the reason was. I don't think it was anything more because nobody. I feel like nobody said, you know what, we're really comfortable with what this guy is doing.
I mean, but
No,
but here you
no,
go.
I
But here
don't
you
think
go.
that.
As a person who voted for the party, why couldn't you criticize that? Didn't you? Did you know that wasn't a good move
What do you mean?
politically?
What do you mean?
Putting putting Kamala Harris up for president at that time and shit. You know
Oh
what I
no,
mean? Do you think that was a good
no, no,
move
no, no. Listen.
politically?
So to answer that question, no, that wasn't a good move. If they were going to do that move, right? And this is what I say. If you were going to do that move, you should have did it a lot earlier than
Mhm.
right then. And then here's the thing, and I'm going to be totally honest. She wouldn't have been my pick. She
Mhm.
wouldn't have. She wouldn't have. But the powers that be, Joe thought he can run one more term, and he realized that wasn't going to work out. It wasn't. So then people panicked. Did now with that being said, when they switched to Kamala, right? Did I say to myself, you know what, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and vote for Trump? I did not because I still
No,
didn't want
no,
him.
no,
And I
nobody
did.
said you did. Nobody said you did.
No, no, no. Hear me out. Hear me
Yeah.
out. What I'm saying to you is, regardless of whatever it was, because I did realize, uh, probably, and I'm just being totally honest. I felt like the day of the of election, I didn't feel like she was going to win. I didn't. I voted.
Just the day of, you felt that?
No, 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 no. No. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I felt like that the day of. Because leading up to that, this person, uh, our president now, right? Uh, I feel like, and this is the part that I don't understand is everything that he was riding on and everything that he was saying, it was too many lies and too many things he was just spewing out there, right? That I felt like, so people really gonna take this serious? Like, you're really gonna take what he's saying seriously? Like, the eating of the dogs and the animals and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that some of the things he also ran on what wasn't true, because again, there was some things over there that I did agree with. I do agree with better borders. I do. I'm not fronting on that. I think our borders do need to be better. I don't think they need to be done in this tactic, but yes, I do agree with that. I don't want nobody in here that don't act right. You know what I mean? Fucking shit up. I don't. but I don't feel like you should harass the people that's here. I don't like the tactics. So again, back to what I'm saying. Yes, the day of of election, I had a funny feeling. I was like, they not gonna vote her in the office. They not. They not. And sure enough, it happened. That don't mean do I regret my vote? No, I don't regret my vote. If I had to do it all over again, I'd do it again. But again, it's back to what Donna's saying. It was the lesser of two evils because these are the choices that I had in front of me. These are the choices that I had in front of me, and this is what I got to deal with. And anybody that tells me, I want to make change and I want to put this person need to be in office and that person need to be in charge. Well, the only way you're gonna be in charge is if you get inside the game and play. You can't do that on the outside.
Right.
They're not going. The United States is not going to let you build your own space and your own rules and your own shit. They're not going to let you do it. Yeah, they're not going to let you say, you know what, we don't like this, so we're gonna make this land over here. We just gonna build our own. They're not gonna do that.
Yep, and you can vote.
You're not even allowed to do that.
You're not gonna do it.
You're not allowed to do voting either.
So white people try to do that out in Colorado.
Damn it, you don't, because they're not gonna let you. They're not gonna let you get about voting either. So I mean,
so again, and again, if that's how a person feels, that's fine. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And if you take the stance on,
I think that's the point they're missing and shit. The point that you're missing that I'm really getting at is shit. You're so dismissive of people who don't vote and shit when you really need the people that don't vote. That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
it's that attitude.
I'm not dismissing. I'm not dismissing
because here you go.
I'm not dismissing it.
Yes, you are. Listen to me. You start off dismissive. It's just some really Christian shit. Like, yo, I can't listen to you unless you're a Christian. Well, I can't listen to you unless you vote. It's very simple, yo. It's very simple being that dismissive of somebody telling you what the issue is. And shit.
So you could tell me the issue, but then here's the thing. How are you going to change it? Because the game that we're playing is in this system. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that if you're telling me you want to be outside the system,
Listen. There is smart. There's fighting smarter and not harder type shit. You know what I'm saying? As you see, we're fighting really, really hard to get nothing at the end of the day and shit. You fought really, really hard to do nothing, and somebody says, "Yo, maybe we need to make a change and shit," and you won't listen to that. The people who are telling you,
how do you make a change if you don't? Because
you start very grassroots and you start community. You start pooling money. You start pooling resources there and shit. Because
so let me ask that. Then what?
Listen to me out.
Are you gonna vote? Do they still vote?
Huh?
They still got to get it. If you want to make changes, still. I mean, again, you got to vote them in. You got to be a leader, right? You got to vote, right?
No,
Are you voting amongst yourselves of the non-voters? Are you voting amongst yourselves?
How about this and shit? Yeah. If you want to say what you make it count at, somebody like Claude Anderson has an answer and says, yo, you pull your money and then you buy politics. You don't vote them in, you buy it. You buy a judge, you buy a politician and shit. That's what corporations do. That's so while you're talking, here you go. Let me give you an example and shit. So while you're talking about changing gun laws through voting and getting people in, right? What the NRA does is they put their money inside the system and shit. And they let that speak for them. So it counteracts all the type of voting that you want to do, all the type of pooling and things like that you want to do. If you're not being dual fisted, hold up. If you're not being dual fisted in that manner, if you're not kind of combining efforts and shit, this shit's never going to work.
So where's the money at?
Huh?
Where's the money?
The money is through individual things, group efforts, community things. Yes, being like Black Panthers, making that type of movement.
All right, but the money's made in the system, right?
You know what? How about this?
I'm asking the question.
No, listen.
Is the money being made in the system?
Listen.
Because you pay taxes on this money. You can't make this money without paying taxes. They're not gonna let you hustle in this country without them getting a cut. So
okay, right.
Are you back in the system?
I mean, you
'Cause
can't
you got-
hustle that.
You know
big.
what? You know what?
Like,
You know what?
that's the
You know what?
problem.
I'm just asking a question because the same way as you're putting
that
that out.
part is that. You know what? That's borderline more ridiculous than saying, "Yo, you got to vote."
All right.
You don't think that's more ridiculous?
I'm
You
just
don't
That's the
think
way
it's
they
more
allow you to
ridiculous
play
to
in the
say
system,
all you
though.
got to do is vote to change the system?
It's not that
Think about
simple.
it.
No, it's not.
But
It's
you have
not
to
just voting,
participate in it.
but you got to participate in it. You're making
Nobody
it seem
said
like
anything about
you're
not
but you're but
participating.
that-
Nobody said anything
that's
about
what.
that.
But that's what the
moving the
conversation
goalpost.
was.
That's
That's
moving
what.
the goalpost right
How
now.
that was the conversation. It was participation.
I got a question.
The conversation was making a change. That's why I started off this conversation. The conversation was: Are we talking about making a change? Are we talking about voting?
I said, in order for me to have a conversation with anybody, the first thing they have to do is participate in the game by voting. That's what I said. You said this is what your response was. No. This is what your response was. Your response was, I'm glad you said that because I voted for that reason. That was it.
Huh?
That was it.
No, amongst my friends who think that fucking all right, this is the way we're going to make a change. Okay, I did what you said, and now what happens is those same friends are fucking now still complaining about the same shit they were even after voting, and I'm like, well, damn. So now all I do is get the right to complain. Is that what I fought for? I fought for the right to complain.
No, what I say is this. It's more than just voting, but it starts with voting. That's all I said. Yeah, it starts there, dog. It starts there. You have to do, but it starts at voting. You do have to put more work in than just say, all right, you know what, I voted, then boom. No, it's more work involved with it, but it starts there. That's all I said.
I totally disagree.
Now, if you opt out on that, I get that and I respect that. But
I'm just saying. So which goes to my point. If somebody feeds a bunch of people in their community and shit and does not vote and shit,
what?
Who has actually done more literal work in the community? I mean, well, let me say that too. Do they have the right to complain?
Yes,
you talking
about
who?
Right what the people that he fed? People? That the people that he fed feed the people?
The person that's doing the feeding.
Yeah, what did he complain about? He's complaining about what?
The system. Whatever you say he can't. Whatever you say he can't complain about.
He has a right. He has a right to complain about. He has a right to complain about anything he wants. He or she has the right to complain about anything they want. But then he says, yo, I want to make a change, right? How do you make a change? I want y'all to get involved with it. Oh, okay. In order for you to get involved with this, you have to participate in the game.
Right.
You have to put somebody in there. You have to put somebody in office. You have to galvanize these people. You just asked me. You just asked me. You have to galvanize these people, right? You have to galvanize all these people, like you said. And once you galvanize all these people, you got to put a person in there that you feel as though that's going to do the job, or is going to take the task or that y'all asking them to do.
All right, how about this?
So then y'all galvanize it out of him, and then y'all vote and put him in there, right?
How about
you
this?
voted to get him in there, right?
Let me change your method. How about this? If I'm feeding the people,
because he complained.
How about he complained? He complained. I need resources to feed the people. That's my complaint. I need resources to feed the people and shit, right? You wouldn't vote instead of giving him, I don't know. How about you galvanize fucking $20,000 for him?
Okay, but my point is, what if
now we're at okay? Now we're okay. I'm just saying
complaining. But if he's complaining, if that person's complaining, he says he needs change, right? And there needs to be change. After he complained and there's no change, and he says, "Yo, I know what to do. I'm gonna go do this." If you want help from them and you want them to change, you're gonna have to get into their game and change it. If not, you're gonna go still on the same path that you on by your fucking self. What are you talking about?
Okay.
You want help from them. But they're not changing.
No. I don't. No.
Because he's complaining. Because the man's complaining. Who's he complaining to then?
Who's he complaining to? This is the problem. And I'm trying to figure this out. And it's going to be a big loop again and shit. Why are we complaining to a system asking for something for a system that has never given us
Well, who is this
anything.
man complaining to then? If that's the case, well, who is he complaining to?
Who are you complaining to?
I'm complaining to the system. That's what I'm complaining to because that's the part that I'm playing in. That's me. Now you're telling me about the guy. You're telling me about the guy.
So what I'm saying to you is
me.
because you voted and you see oppression and you see whatever the shit is and shit, because I didn't vote or whoever doesn't vote and shit, they can't see the same things and complain about them?
You can, but what is your changes about it? What are you going to do to change it?
Well, how about this? What I just said, like, yo, if I'm complaining that we got poor people and hungry people
and the government needs to help them, the government's the game.
No,
the government's the game.
No. The problem is the hungry people, not the government. That's what I'm talking about. The problem is the hungry people.
We already know we got the hungry people.
We got to solve the problem.
So then what you tell them? So then that means you got to talk to individuals. Then you're not talking about the game. You're talking about individuals. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
you doing all this, but I don't understand that. But you're galvanizing the people together. You want everybody to come together. I get that, but then you're complaining about this, the system don't do this. The system don't do that.
No. What I want to.
Because other than that, what you need to do if you don't like, I always tell these people, everybody, and it's not at you. But anybody that says they don't like this and they don't like that and they don't want to participate, well, dog, go someplace else that you like. Go someplace else that you like. If it's not fixable, because here's the thing, we already realized the game is not set up for us. It's not set up for us. It's not. The game's not set up for us. But at least I have to play in it. Y'all might not have to, but I gotta play in it. So if I'm going to play in it, this is what I gotta do. Now it's your choice.
And the game,
it's your choice.
Evolving.
It's your choice. If you decide you don't want to play in it, you can pick up your Monopoly set and roll. You can, and move someplace that you think that will work for you.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a better system. Because at least it's weighted, and now everything's going crazy. But it's like people that are in power that are fighting to stay in power, because there's a clock on it. Like the last thing, it was okay, women, and it was if you want to look at like people that voted that he's pretty much deporting, right?
Right.
So it's like, okay, who's the next minority power group, right? It's the Indians. How many Indians are there? Like, you know what I'm saying? How many? It's a lot.
Well, see, that's the reality of the situation for Black people in America. Shit used to be the number 2 minority and shit.
It's
right now you're going to be about number 4.
It's changing. So the vote actually has to work a little bit because they needed to sway it. They're running out of certain other people. You know what I mean?
They're running out of their voters. That's what Nard is
saying. And the mindset behind that, because things are getting very mixed up. And
they're
I'm not talking about short term, but I'm talking about longer term.
No.
It's a long play. It's like investments. It's a long play. If we don't do these things now, it's just shortening our reign on top. And that's really what it is.
How about this, Nard? I can absolutely say that's a fair perspective. I can say it's a fair perspective. I can also say that since we've voted this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? This is a study by Claude Anderson, this shit. That the poverty level, the distance between blacks and the poverty level and shit has actually gotten wider since we've been able to vote. Shit. Since we've had more people in office, since we've had more people of color in office, that place has actually widened. Since we've been able to vote. So
there's macro factors.
So we have to at least be conscious that 2 things can be true at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the issue is we tend to throw the baby out with the bathwater all the time, politically, and we can't do that all the time. Hey, Padal, that's why Fred Hampton worked.
Everybody's not Fred Hampton. everybody's not Fred Hampton. And I'm not taking nothing away from Fred Hampton. No, I'm not. Listen to the point. At the end of the day, as long as we live here, you have to participate
We're not talking
in this
about
game.
fucking Fred Hampton, P. We're not just talking about fucking Fred Hampton. We're talking
You can talk about anybody. You can talk about anybody. You can put him anybody.
We're talking about psychology, P. It's not about a person. You're not personifying P. You're making this a person. I'm talking about psychology.
It's not the person. It's not the person. I'm with you.
What am I talking about?
Everybody mind state ain't like that.
Let me ask you.
Everybody mind state's not like that.
When I said Fred Hampton, what am I talking about then?
You talk about his mind state and how he thinks. Everybody doesn't think like that. Everybody's not like that. Everybody's not like that.
But you're talking about how you inspire people.
It's you getting confused. It's not about Fred as the person. Fred Hampton figured out systemically that I can target all those people that don't vote and that feel like they're disenfranchised. And he mobilized literally a movement to where they had to kill this kid because he was like, oh, all these people that you're not focused on, whether they're white, Native American, Puerto Rican, Black, I can get with them and figure out what our common issues are, and we can mobilize. And that shit literally got a nigga killed who is younger than everybody talking right now. And the point is not to say like, oh, you shouldn't vote. The point is the same air that a voter has to say, oh, you don't matter because you didn't vote. I think voters can learn how to mobilize and do things that are beyond the voting booth. But you can't do that by pointing fingers at people who are literally doing the physical work.
Hold.
I do agree with you. Here's the tail end, though. Let me rebuttal that. Let me rebut.
No, P, don't rebuttal it until you hear the tail end.
I do agree about it. It's not going to change what my rebut is, but go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, then.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Do your rebuttal because you're rebutting. Maybe you don't be. Maybe you're rebutting.
Go ahead.
What's the last part of that?
What's the last part?
You got people that don't participate in how they change the system the way that you figured out, but there's ways that you're not doing that. They're actually making physical change. That because your voting system is a bigger system, somebody might have fed 2,500 families, and that actually does make a substantial difference. Whereas that one vote that, yes, it should be working in the way that they're saying, it doesn't. That tax bread that you're talking about that participates, they're going to use that for whatever they see fit. And to Tez's point, the motherfuckers that are going to do that bought their way into that system. They didn't vote their way into that system. They either are part of the founding fathers or they literally bought their way into it.
But just like people that take part in the let's say Target and stuff like that, when they don't want to buy stuff from Target, they figured out, just like Fred did, someone figured out we can hurt them the same way. So I do believe that the time and the environment depends on how you have to attack different things. You know,
and I think you have to do both. You have to do both. I do think there has to be people that go out and vote. Just like there has to be people that are boots on the ground, we're mobile, and you want those two things to blend. But if they don't, we can't just throw the people that are mobile out.
I do agree with that. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that it's just a vote. I'm not just saying it's just a vote.
Steph said Fred Hampton died in 1969. Who's taking his place? You can if you want to.
But again, what if she's not built like that?
Yeah, and I agree with that.
I said niggas ain't feel like Fred, but you can if you want to.
But
more than one way to skin a cat.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
It's more of a mind state. It's more of a group mind state. It's more. And what I'm speaking of is more of a coming together than a division. I'm trying to get you to say. I'm trying to get you to understand. Hey, yo. There's motherfuckers out here who actually have ideas that were more beneficial to you outside the system than they are in.
But if that's the case, then
and they need help that's beyond a vote.
But if that's the case, but it starts with a vote. You're not going to change because this is the game that we're playing in. You are.
Listen, if I'm feeding,
you have to live in this country. You have to do this.
If I'm feeding homeless people, If I'm feeding homeless people, the end result is to feed the homeless people. It's not to get the system to give me money to feed the homeless people.
But you're complaining that the system's not.
I don't care about the system.
So then if that's the case, then if that's the case, then you shouldn't be worried about the vote and what's going on. You shouldn't be worried about that. Don't worry about that. Don't vote. Don't worry about the government. Don't worry about that because you're doing your own thing.
But
that's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense to me because you're complaining but you're complaining about what people aren't getting and the vote and all this other stuff. So then make the changes and put the people in there.
When I can't make a change, when you can make a change, is a place that you're ignoring, and you're saying, "Yo,
they're ignoring that." Nobody said that. Nobody said nothing about they're ignoring the hungry. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to feed everybody that's hungry. You're not.
Nobody said that.
That's all that. But nobody ignored them.
You know what?
Nobody ignored them. Nobody ignored them. In this conversation, I've never ignored the people that were hungry or not as well off as other people. I never ignored that. The only thing I said is that, and I'm going to still stand by it, is that if you want to make a change or start, because this is the only game that we're playing in, you have to vote. You gotta vote. Now, you can make changes outside of that. Can you make changes outside of that? Yes. You can say, man, fuck all that voting shit, man. I'm going to just go ahead and feed these 500 people over here downtown Philadelphia. I'm going to just do that, and I don't even give a fuck about that. You can do that. You can do that. But then when you start complaining about, because the system ain't doing this and the system ain't doing that, well, what are you going to do to change it? If your solution is just, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, then fine. Don't worry about all that. Don't complain about what goes on in the White House. Don't complain what goes on in the streets. Don't complain about that. Don't. Because you didn't want to make a change in the system that's doing that shit to them. You didn't.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You wanted to do it your way, and I can respect that.
It's actually you actually don't, but it's okay.
I do respect that.
No, you don't.
I do respect that because you wanted. I respect your choice.
Your conversation is disrespectful.
No. I respect your choice.
I
respect your choice in that.
Because you already started off by telling them they can't complain about the system. You telling them they gotta shut up. That's literally
you can complain, but it's falling on deaf ears because you can't make a change because you didn't get in the game and play. You didn't.
Okay.
You didn't.
You
went outside the game and did it. You did something.
You've announced your limits, basically. You've announced your limits, and so did they. People who don't limit, they've announced their limits too, and they don't meet.
Yeah.
At that point,
it was a great topic. I'm not gonna lie, it was a great topic. It was one of our better topics. Nard took his face off. He's like, I can't do this no more.
I gotta start getting ready, y'all. I gotta get out of here.
And Stephanie told me that it's dinner time.
In the conversation.
Yeah, Stephanie told me it's dinner time, so we gotta sign off. So
this was more about the arrogance of people who vote.
Or people that don't vote. I don't know, but we can keep this up on our next episode, man. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tune in UnScripted, right? Or vote however you want. Just gotta vote. That's all. Make sure y'all tune in to UnScriptedRx on Twitch. Make sure y'all subscribe on Instagram and Facebook. Be on the lookout for some other stuff that we got going on coming up. I think we need to do a live sit-in, everybody. We need to actually sit in, man. We ain't been around each other a little while, so we need to figure that part out. So we could do that. We got to do it before sport get busy. You know how he get. So
all right, Joe.
All right, we're done. We're out of here. It's P Folk, Sport Vicious, Dada D, Nard, and everybody else. We out. Look, Nard's going.
Nard was like, deuces.
Nard's like, out. Deuces. We out. We're done. Peace.